And by the grace of God, you've woken up to another exciting morning with us here while we are poised for the day's show to bring you all the developments, the latest, the updates, the analysis right here on the Global Morning Show. And indeed, God alone, Jesus, is the bread of life. It's the third working day of the week, and we are 15 days into the month, the year as well, January 2025. Welcome back to the show. Monday is gone, Tuesday is gone, and Wednesday is right here. You are live on Radio Global 105.1 FM in Hope. And this is the Global Morning Show. The GMS, it is called, streaming live on Facebook, Global 105.1. Join us and drop your comments right there at the comment section. And again, send us your text or WhatsApp messages on 0203-766 500. All right, so we'll be with you till 10 o'clock as we always come through every weekday, Monday through to Fridays, between the hours of 6:25 to 10 o'clock. Bring various discussions cutting across all spheres of life. And that is why we are on the airwaves, and I'm right here behind the microphone to be your humble servant, taking you through all I have right here for discussion today on the show. And my name is Joyce Jijo Afola. Let's have our motivation this morning. Yes, don't be Toma, okay? That you want to see before you believe. Faith is you not seeing but believing that this is happening or is going to happen. All right, so believe there are times, good times ahead. Believe it's indeed going to be well. So shall it be. Let your faith be as strong as your father Abraham. All right, so the true test of character is not how much we know how to do, but how we behave when we don't know what to do. Our motivational message this morning is saying that the true test of character is not how much we know how to do, but how we behave when we don't know what to do. How do you behave when you are helpless? When you don't know what to do, what you are clueless, you just don't have any idea. You still behave like you know when you know yourself that this one day at this point I don't know what to do. I am bereft of ideas. How do I go about it? So that is the true test of character, is when we individuals, single persons, gets to a point where we don't know exactly what to do. How we behave at that point of our life or that moment is the true test of character. That really shows who you are, tells what you are made up of, not what you know not what you know to do best. But when you are helpless, you are clueless, you've gotten to that juncture where you are confused at your confused state. So let's show our true character at those times. How do we behave? Do we still behave like we know, or we indeed seek for help at this point of time? Remember, that is the true test of character. Pejinu gbanto penkeke we atonle ko abe January cholo alo ma me vokule for 16 days pe, and then January that we've been counting some years back to be like 40 something days, and you'll be reminding people when you're celebrating your Christmas, remember You know, Christmas always comes early. Are you receiving your salary before? But January is here and the 15th day already. It shows how fast this year is also going to be, 2025, and soon we'll be playing Christmas carols and welcoming Christmas once more. So the days are numbered. When you have today, put your most, do your best. Don't procrastinate the time because tomorrow is not yours. And if tomorrow never comes. Okay, so me penya salao miawe ezova wanaji to amenuva via meke egben keke che gaba sumi asi mi to za menwi de me kwese be mi don lo mi di de me jo ho me de funa mi sigbe fun o Taike miga henyo la gbagbe a o do megbe a menye nu onye na kwa deko adakpe na o ma o eye aza won sen akọ awodo wa deblibo bele enkeke afenu wa akpo ebe vavan e me wo fun keke alo e me do flu e me do fun keke a ke bon ye wa enkeke an tin do nwe enya vovo we ega for the te mia azo wojina mi eyocho LGBTQ ya pakpaji for the te eyocho boku eyocho mia pe momefia ogbo eyocho mia pe nuto vovo a wojidula ogbo Kefia be the die no no nyao du popolo pe nyao don mama pe nyao ple bubo fun wole ji ye mela be du plo la ye hozi e ye wole be ne wa afom efe government hena dowo. Yesterday was exactly a week Eike will inaugurate also in the president and already people are assessing the week. Some say it's early days yet, but others say a week is even enough to tell if this government is indeed going to live up to expectation or exceed expectation. And the call is also for citizens to lower their expectation, to minimize their expectation, to calm down on their expectations because expectations are just too high. So these and more will be live on the show. Do well to join the conversation. Send us a text message or a WhatsApp message on 0203-766-500. We are also live on Facebook. If you're joining us on Facebook, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation right here on Facebook. Okay, so we are moving on. And we have a few discussions to bring to you. We have some updates to bring to you. So Victor Electronics visit our showrooms across the municipality at RTC near GCB Market Top Civic Center close to NIB. And again, Victor Electronics is adjacent MTN office. This month, the first month of the year, January, the last day, which is going to be a Friday. When you visit Victor Electronics, you enjoy 40% discount on those electronic appliances that you buy. From your kitchen appliances, your home theaters, air conditioners, laptop computers, your chest freezers, single and double door refrigerators. Everything is at Victor Electronics. Say you would the ma mesia me na wato wanponde be January me be sesena e gamelo sukuvio yi school amo he hofeo enu gede renew licenses so chope renew en elegy ta akpobe January honaga fun honaga alegbegbe ta Victor Electronics be mega ngolo be nu ike hia na wo le wo ohome nu ike hia na le wo jodofi alo le wo do ofe yoga dele nuoji mamada lofaji blindness son yo deleji be wo chene na tenkponde azan afle dade wo fia seme wape malo wo do wope y'all is 0242 959 795 0242 959 795 wape 0552 412 123 Victor Electronics your electronic superstore. And again, to all keke riders and owners, taxi drivers and their owners, truck, buses, the drivers and their owners, your legal obligation to renew your vehicle licenses and municipal driver's license with the whole municipal assembly. A year there. Atanele toji enyabe yimekpo wo nenem renewal ke hadewde na agede municipal assembly jilo alo checkpoints yo wano nena awade wo na yaji alo na a gbogbo wa gbanle wo awo ibe sedeke ma adefuna o ano moji fala akuohu akuo keke elabe ewa enu de dito apenya selao nya ide wona pe akpa ike ademo nambe madanya ve video de miagbo don kweji be 0203766500 yenye kapojesi ikeji ado wo gbeda si wodo de mito ma ahle wo na duko kata hehia megodo ne wa ase minotoji ma atrok bova fifie ele banjo. This morning, I'm welcoming you, everyone, especially to the show. Our workers at the whole teaching hospital, the accounts department, our immigration officers, our police officers, our doctors. When I mean doctors, I mean book doctors. And again, our doctors, our lab technicians at our various hospitals, all the institutional heads, and to everyone in our your taxi, your keke, the market, your home, the farm, whatever, even your phone being in your pocket right now while listening. Thank you. A special good morning to all of you. Far and near. Good morning. Welcome once again to the show. Let me give you this update. So, water is back, right? Echiele Dodola Medewegbo, and that one day they are quiet on it. It's rather unfortunate that we do some of these things, okay? Nechiemele Dodo, you be all over. Oh, our tap isn't flowing. Oh, the roads are no good. Oh, the light is off. This here, this there. But the moment it's been taken care of, we become quiet. Why do we do that? Okay, so I understand yesterday as at 2 p.m. Amado Ojechikbo. Ho banquet obe mikbochi. If it's not true, then let me know. Still waiting for an official communique from the Ghana Water Company. They are yet to confirm officially, but a few people have confirmed. And it's the normal, thing that's going to happen. But the peripherals, especially, you still have to take some time. When I say take some time, means that make that's done. People are still going to yes. So those are the peripherals. Nyame you whole eduope ahaji. Nyame yo jiji dale mo egbo. Nyame yo le poly down. me yo le da branton to me prete fie mi oya mi aga gboji dan vide ado amesi amegbo ta nuchochua ike mi akoje wona agome yenye be emo hegbele o degbepan wo we after few days oga hegbele de the pump has been that's the shaft has been fixed, the pump is working and water is flowing, okay? Doko mi medo wuli be chiere dodo ami ame yo here kpo mi medo wuli o like doko ndi amana du kopete nanya be the water is flowing now. If you open your tap and yours is still singing the holololo song, it will come, okay? It will come, it will flow. So just take it cool. We are waiting for the official communique from the Ghana Water Company Limited. Ake eyike wonyale do domle mi agbokwa me hwe sebe adola mesia me gbo ke gbe dodora ya wanye be mo ape wa ba do ajoge to gbode mi maga asebe egbala. And the next thing we are expecting from our authorities eyike ola mo damde o dissolve board to councils and then the ameyo pete ko ohia be jidudu ne wa ade jidudu koko pa mo koko awoda ne wa kwa ameyo iha hosebe fit for the job wakoyo cheko dadan kemimi akpogbo be echia okay emo yike hegbele le peve wame eve hele at least wa aji de kala be we understand one those two are obsolete, okay? Ta no wa nyua no ko ye cover na mi and then we'll add that one to the one working currently, so we are at least have two because over 500,000 people yamile serving bame akofu have beve ho kpelepen to tro mo pete mi opete yele echieza agbososo me ike wo dagbereke yeah kwe. So now that the tap is flowing every now and then we'll be knocking on the door of the Ghana Water Company Limited. I understand that menyebe do melendeke waulo the understanding I have speaking to a few big men in the municipality in the region who are in charge, it's not as if they have written letters severally. Some letters directed the chief of staff, that's the SWAL administration. Ongola agbanado da fenoke vu tamik boy da bede boboto Julius Debra ele wanole ya checkbo when a new set of letters so oga gbongolo yo chebene wa do gbo. So we are hopeful. And again, I'll remind you, when the president during the campaign was right here in the municipality, so let's say the Volta region, and then he came down to meet with journalists across the region. My question, Amerobe Yosenko, Madon Kuji, Emi Senko Yemi Pomle TVG, that was the question I asked. You see how I loved you. I may like Beba Mesemene Pochi, so I used the opportunity to ask him, and you'll be it's one of the things they are going to take care of. Okay, so we are expecting that, and then we'll settle via now. Okay, people are busy running around. Now we want to know who our regional minister is. We'll write a letter. You also write in addition, maybe attached to it a copy. Maybe the municipal chief executive will also attach a copy. Then no, I don't know. I've told Julius Deborah, I'm sure he will not, forget us because I believe some of those letters are still in the office. And Nova other regions, so I'm sure they will listen to us. So I understand the water is flowing at housing. Okay, thank you for drawing our attention. So let's hear from you. You've been on our nerves. Even yesterday, I received a couple of messages. Let us hear from you via 0203-766-500. If your tap is flowing, send us your text. Please don't call. Send us a text message. Oya namik bedasiko ne voice note oya do da mapwe. Na me say menese boy be chile do dole yo so that we know ame yo le chie pom. Ame yo me pokpo chie hado. Okay, edakpe na miape enyasala miawe pechifu vide. This should teach us a lesson, and the lesson anyebe we should in our own ways RG storage facility o eye mi a nozazam eye chieche a mi azawande dodonu. Let me use this medium again to remind you that from the Ghana Water Company Limited, obe rationing is in two parts. Okay, they have divided the district into two. We have west and east. West and east. Ta akpareka from obe ola top and did ke mom straight via akpakobete. So if you are facing ola on the left, then you the tromekbedo ola, that's your right. You wenye west. So from the other side, pete cover yakpake cho down he chomevu. You wenye east. Tayofu na chie 2 days for west, kemi 2 days for east. Ta sigbe wa ano ekemi. So that is how o Russian na chie. Tane 2 days a heva ne pressure mele chie jiwa yo wana be madogbo le yi nwentojo. Maybe a guy there another 4 days dem egbelo alo 2 days dem egbe hafi mi oya miaga akpochita mi ji storage, you know, facility system so ne mi aji nu go nu viole mi anto mi adokyo me hafe chi ja chene wa vavade ne mi awa nu mo pete dara somewhere almost every household not even far away from the Volta region in the south akpo well la mofe afome e ke mi akọ augment Ghana Water Company. So me not ame bule yo chenu vide. Away from that, we also had a discussion on the Mahama Kendu, and now it's not just going to be a day talking about the topic and then we'll dump it and go and pick another one as if you're in competition with the topics. No, we will be hammering it as time goes on. It will be very frequent. We'll be reminding people who matter, stakeholders who matter. When the issue comes up, it's not just going to be a one-time discussion. On sits that can contain extra 2 people. I have witnessed it. Extra 2 people, one on the left, one on the right, and the rider is in the middle. Then with the 3 at the back. As a passenger, you don't have a say. If you say the other passengers, Oma now Gbogbo. If you speak, the other passengers will also roar on you. So to save the passengers, this morning I came purposely to remind Miape authorities, purposely to remind people who matter. I'm calling on the municipal assembly whilst you are renewing their municipal licenses, driver licenses, and vehicle licenses. Please take note of this and make sure the right things are done in the municipality. Those people are not stronger than you. We need to instill some discipline among them. It's even not all of them. Good ones, we still have some good individuals amongst them. Okay, some good individuals amongst them. When it is full, 3 at the back, it is full. With the driver, they don't pick extra. And sometimes it is we the passengers. You get forced na doji because we feel that if we never let you and you are getting late to wherever you are going to, so you feel that then another time then it is growing, and then this canker, this menace needs to be nipping it bad, and this is the time. We want them to be regulated. Now that we have accepted, we don't have any data speaking to that the coming of the keke, which has provided the youth with some form of employment, it can reduce some robbery. But you know, during 31st night, we got Bamirope Hall, and me megbo befifie kankwao o da chibenwa no still no me da chibenwa no still no whether they are of age to be riding or not. We have accepted that, oh, it's taking care of unemployment in the municipality, fine, but that doesn't mean that it will not do the right thing. Let's assume that the majority of them don't know because over the driving school they call, they just learn it by sitting beside their friend. And the friend tells them that do this, do that, and sometimes they even play with our life. You pick them, they get to a point, also spare drivers, so I'll stand by, I'll spare. I think they call them spare. So when they are going, do a fidela, I'm ready, end of year, so that's how they'll be toying with us on the road until, by the grace of God, it gets to your destination. So please and please, once again this morning, the Ghana Police Service and the Municipal Assembly, the Road Safety Authority, and the rest, please come together. Let me advise means amongst yourself. Let me put my heads together. Soon we'll have our municipal chief executive, and then opete Rexec, Musec, Ava, and the fact that people are believing the keke majority of them belongs to you, the law enforcers, the security agencies. So this is and Monupokpo has given this rider, some of them the yastic, the audacity, Benewa and misbehave because they know that this one is yours. But again, I spoke with a police officer and they said now they are dealing with them. But if I asked if you are dealing with them, why then still do we have recalcitrant ones among them? So please and please, you should rather cite examples, okay? You should know the kind of people you are giving the keke to. When your keke is arrested, me I say, well, this one is for this military officer, this one is for this police officer, immigration officer, customs officers, because we know they say you have three, some of you have 3, 2, 5, 4, kekes. Fine, Negbelong, providing jobs for the boys, but know the kind of people you are giving your kekes to, and make sure that they do the right thing. It's still the discipline in them. When you misbehave, you are taken out. They don't have any licenses, neither the kekenton touchelme license. You kebenende jorejiwa akpo insurance. That is insurance, and then the other ones that me alenkude emma wonti vevie. Okay, so a lot of stories for us to bring to you. And again, last week we discussed about sanitation in the municipality. It's a reminder to all of us when you watch our gutters still, it's not helping. It's a nice saw. It's an unpleasant look. So let's take care of the environment. We have the dry season here, so it's just prudent that we distill or we dredge our gutters. Amedo lewa, esoso amedo che newa IEG, newa our station, the new building in front of them. Over there, the gutter is choked. Many gutter nui de kecho wow. A dodoko de la female benova at the concrete no meno anye gutter nui. No here benova at dak pereji no at dak pereji. Miape hausa to mobile phone case to bele wallet nujala o fuma pete open megbe gutter male fuma menya poko. So this and many more you onye issues so le miape municipality ya. Me de kuku de sian de be le mian to miadoku osi me wanu yi wo here me apenya sela me azode ngo eye me alenku de nya vevi de ka evedo nti egba mi le zozoge le me ape wanaji me gba benyi chobe to tro video one of ava. The phone line activation early morning was not going to be a continuous thing as it used to be. Sometimes you just have to listen and then acho you here na acho le nemia awo woman ndo. So today we will be taking you to the papers, we'll take you to the portals, we will share some other developments with you. I said we have the list of our regional ministers designate, 10 of them Wodogbo. And our MMDCEs, their names are not out, but the numbers per every district is out. Mia ava aulenkude wunu akpobe chele fimie. People are also proposing or suggesting be nenye be do da cap dedeji, do da price dedeji. price. So the suggestion is that with the price that the Mima Akpo Agboso so you, so this is just going to be time wasting. Imagine in a district we're having over 40 people. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So also bring you an update. The president Pe Boku Pe Yiyi, and we'll be getting to the four lines. Ado Eje Deka Evedo LGBTQ nyao ogede eyabalaji eyemielende ha sem kude Ahmed Swale pe ewuwu wonti ike A plus ehe nyadeo koko hedogwe eya kpele bubu gedewe ado miagbo le miape ewona oji. And again we understand that this week hopefully we will be hearing of ministers designate again for defense, interior, BNI director, and then the am I still saying BNI? NIB directors, and then we have the national security coordinators. Okay, so it's going to be a busy week. 14 days into office. Yeah, Wonami Bear to announce the cabinet ministers for vetting and approval by parliaments. Regional ministers turn out. We have three, the first three being energy, finance, and attorney. Now we will soon be hearing of the minister designate for defense, interior. Who do you think is going to be our minister designate for defense and interior? Okay, so yapenya salau miawe eletodum ewona na ofo gandre minute we atontutu a miako miape lamesen fafia ngibe miape lamesen do wala wo gere miagia wa ado miagbo ke macha sivide high sense ele gbogblombe pe ya me ike yo gedo a yo do pe na yo pe assist yo pete ameyo edo ajo pele yiwo ke wole ngbedombe pe ya me a enu waga anyo enu nyo waga ado eyo mi enyana yiwo ke wole gbogblom ha be high sense pa jonu yo ke mi enya bo menu ojo fun o me kwasio o vale achia eyewonyu na do the sia de mekule enya be do the sia kule pe nu wa we pe zazan high sense stowe nenem ajonu ya odego ta odo pegbe na o pe assist yo kata eyo le nku edomaji be agede yo pe showrooms le to ko pe akpasi akpa eye nena afle yo pe ajodonu wolo high sense everyday prices for everyday people. And Mia Ayole 0302 550 000. And again, it is the first week in office assessments of the new government. People are believing that this government have started on a good note. They hope that it continues, and newa akowu efe enenunwe. So with you, I don't know if you have taken your time to observe, if you've taken your time to notice that in the first week of his administration, he has done this, he has done that. Appointments are still ongoing, revocations are ongoing. Dasigbie woleji wada sila medon le dome agboho amabubuo de wope tepeo ebenewa ano edo we ewam. So your assessment for this administration, the first week in office, leke nekwe elenwu buma eke nebu vode ehwe sebe ale ike woko je gomea juane ga sen wulo alo juane no ale ike kuole nemi ako azode ngogbele duo pokpolome. The pace on which the government or this administration is moving, the pace on which they are moving you think they are moving in the right direction, you believe that the steps being taken, the smoothness and the fastness and reacting to some issues, bringing people on board, meeting with heads of states, the clergy, the security, uh, energy, you know, all people who matter, finance sector, you when you go do you on gym in the first days through to the eighth day in in office as an administration. Leke nekpo nene mai mile zozo kpele jidudu ya anonkulem de enwunti anonkulem de wunti eye nu yo meleji imyedo ele ike dumevio kpoe miano afodum afota nawo deka deka tamia penya selao yenye emma ike mia alenkude wunti le egba toji kena don kweji be 0203 766 500 yenye kapoteng ayomi ato eye anami wo gbedasi bon anami wo gbedasi eye mia ahonu chochocho gbo afio hechie hele dodomle. If your tap is flowing, just do as the honest by letting us know. It is very important for you to draw our attention so we know the areas that are having water flowing through their taps and akpayo home pokpo pechi hado. Again, let's stress that ameyo me pokpo pechi woa echia ado mioha miagbo kokoko. Let's get to the other parts of the conversation. Megbelebegbe kapojesi ema anu anyo miagede enya ugbo ale nkude enya wo unte la benu gede wole iwumi a apo no koko eto le egba toji mie ena nu chocho mia penya selao be le kosra iva ime ya leta hecho ende si dunya gbolo hape tanopa nembe tanopa if ya be national level, okay, ko edoda mesiame le anyigba as the regional level. Ye nuchochua kaka wa vagede district level so ekude mi ape momefia ope tatia wunti ameyo anodu kpolola tepe mi ape momefia wenye du ko kpolola tepe no lao le mi ape nu tome eye mi ape nu tome jikpola wa ata akpobe de kakwe no nanyi akpo nu tome pete fenya oji sigbe ya wono na enyema ya wodan keke odanyi legleti ya me kube wako achia nenem memao le wofe nuto vuvovo awome ke nko ngonglo a ala me yu ana ofe nko le nko nana fo megbe a enu metete avaiji wa ano o mesra vu wa vakpoto ame kwi wame etompe. So the letter from the headquarters of the NDC, has given a directive from the presidency, has given a directive for Miape Emomefian Ope Tatia. And the directive was specific, detail, ndo yike ohiambe ne wa azodo, ndo yikeji wa alenkudo akoko wo tatia yo anye duko tepe nola duko plola pe tepe nola pe tatia, and then the timetable also followed suit ale ike wa azode dodwa woji hameyu anye committee emenola, so they have also set up the committee ye alenkude ama wonti ameyu nglo open call. So we understand that all regional chairmen are hereby directed to collaborate closely with. So let me read a full letter verbatim. Presidential Directive on MMDA Chief Executive Appointment. I bring you warm greetings from the headquarters of the party and trust this letter finds you well. As we approach January 7, the date for the inauguration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it is important to put in place MMDCs to as early as practicable assist the president to carry out his mandate. Consequently, all regional chairmen are hereby directed to collaborate closely with constituency executives, in particular MPs elect pieces, and in consultation with the Council of Elders to initiate the process of receiving and vetting applicants for the vacant position. Each district is required to submit a list of 3 shortlisted candidates. So imagine some people are 8, like Adaklu. They are only 8. Yowengolonko, Alonanko. So at least it's better. But the other places where we are recording 20s, 40s, 30s, how about that? Meanwhile, you're just going to submit a list of 3 shortlisted candidates to the National Secretariat for the President's uh, consideration. So the letter then, before the inauguration, so there's President-elect's consideration. Now he is the President. So out of that total number, for the various districts, one meton, a meton. So I also want to agree with the section of the public who believes this is going to be just a waste of time. There should have been a price on it. But must it always be the case? Ikemi anomia pedo where your drum. Na merene gamele si ode. Bon susuo me kule unte tie hele numbe wateun ano dukwa klola tepelo. So this is not just any mere position to just bring any kind of person on board. You are going to be the president's representation, an agent of development. That is who you are as the municipal, metropolitan, or district chief executive. So when they come, let's give them that utmost honor and respect. Okay, so we have Adaklu being 8 people. Afajato South, 17 people. Agotimeziope, also 8 people. Akachi North, just 4. And Akachi South, 6. Anglo, 19. Central Tong, 27. South Tong, 13. North Tong, 40. The highest so far. Whole Central, 22. Whole West, 15. Whole 14. Ketu South, 17. Then we have Ketu North, 13. Keta, 15. Mando, 10. North Dine, 18. South Dine, 13. All put together, 279. Just 279 for 18 position. Because we have 18 districts here in the Volta region. So our focus is on the Volta region, and this is the update on our MDCAs, municipal and district chief executives. Yowe Elemia Bo. Metro Hadel. So ameyo lemia 18 districts or le amuganu tuome. And we have 279 individuals who in their capacity believes they are worthy of the position. Let's go back again to the figures. Adaklu 8. And someone asked, North Tong, who is there? Honorable Okijito Ablakwa, right? So, Inkai Nabe Jesidedie Hei Jilefuma Chowu. And the next highest is Whole Central. What is here in Whole Central? Then, okay, so second highest is Central Tong, rather. That is 27. Then the third is the Whole Central. After Susio Okboledo, we have 19 Anglo. And we have 18 North Dine. We have 17 Keto South. Then we have another 17 there being Afajato South. We have 15. And then we came down to 14, 13. We have the single digits for Akachi South, Akachi North, Agoti Meziahui, and Adaklu. So you in districts you all produce single digits, and all of this it's a whole lot of work to the committee. So again, I think people who are saying that at least they could have done this individuals they're honest by ada do fededo de ji yontolo do kyunu, just as it happens in other places aglobe with this qualification at this level. So automatically if you don't have that, you are out. But I don't want to buy into the idea where people are suggesting be no da asihoho dedeji asihoho a menye be de ga gomeko wala be ga toya nyemejibe ne gede meya. But people will say, hey, this is politics. Let's also go to the highest bidder. Is I well, we'll hear all of it here in this country. Nekemejo eyo now. And no gavasi that ojife amero yeva duoga pete akokova na assembly to. And the other time one of the assembly members was like they already know they have their favorite. I'm speaking about a whole municipal assembly where the assembly member said they have their favorite. So nenyebo kwame bubu de kokovea what happened in some other district in the second term of the former president Nana Dankwa Kufuado might happen where people will come and will be rejected for the first time, second time, and then they'll bring another person, or the president insists, but this is the one I want to work with. This is the one where I want him or her to represent me. Yo, mi apenya selauta yenye amuganu to mepete pe agbososo ame agbososo yiwo he na ofenko benewa a consider yiwo na mom mefia dudu yenye President John Dramani Mahama tepenola lewo fenu to me ahe ngoido akwakove. So you are not going to occupy that position and we'll be calling you Honorable Squevo. And you also be calling us names when we criticize you, Squevo. We would want to see you working. Not the armchair honorable, hello, the ceremonial honorable. You only come to office when there is a meeting. Then off you are gone. We want to always see you in the office when necessary. You are not to be in the house. We also want to see you on the field when necessary. We want you to command, okay? We want you to be visible. We want your presence to be felt. Please, not just anybody. So open all your senses. I mean the committee members. Again, you said there's going to be a platform. When we spoke to the regional chairman yesterday, Mr. Malto Agbavito. When you did not listen to that, then you have missed it. Over your platform nage, okay? Now more chocho about the individuals. Then kuhide alunde leike, you feel that this person is not. So we need the names also. We don't just want the number of people, the total number of people. Please furnish us with their names so we can start looking through them, sieving them with you. Nemia Autia Amenyento. We always believe that we have the best individuals there who can do the work, but sometimes the politics ever get them we let go of those people. Monyo Agbe's name has cropped up several times. We even have Honorable Stanley. So all these people are honorables. The presiding member for the Home Municipal Assembly's name, Edo Zigede. We have heard of that of Stanley, Honorable Stanley also, Galate also, crop up, and a few other names. I don't even know how true those ones are. But if their names are there together with the rest, we don't have any say in that. All that we can say and put across is make sure you bring in someone. And I'm stressing, last year I was here, I said, whoever will succeed or will take over from Honorable Divine Boston should be very well prepared. Nebla Alijinwe, get your loins. Na samenwe na heme amrono hecho miaja amrono hecho dusime, because will not give you the briefing space. Maglobe pedo ya alole nkuna ya ido alon video. No, you will not have it. It's not going to be fala for you. It's not going to be a cool chop for you. Wherever you are hiding, will fish you out. Will force the information out of you. So you should be prepared. And again, be reminded we need somebody who is also media. Will be slow to anger, slow to speak. That is who we want. Okay? This is the kind of person we are looking for. Honorable James Gono, when chosen, Aike Chome Esepek Bepande there. The messages across groups, platforms, pages, wherever, shows that they don't need any other person apart from him. Shows that he's the people's choice. We'll have time on the show later and speak about him. I call for profile at the dime. So if you see Honorable James Gono being the regional minister designate, and then you have somebody way below Taflache Magblesigwe, Ike is not a match to the regional minister. You can't get to Kulola Tepenolawa. I am sure a Doma Atenwa Wanwido. So now that the names of our regional ministers designates, they will also be vetted. Wato numetete waname. Abaleke kumikwe nicho. Yoche wato process makeme. And the parliament will approve of them. Kuwa ajope edo gome. So we are expecting that for whole central, maybe whole west, Tochawa Gbolowoto, and I'm sure it is the same thing you'd also call for, as well as the people of South Dine, North Dine, Pando, Keta, Ketu North, Ketu South, Wawe, North Tong, South Tong, Central Tong, Anglo, Akachi South, Akachi North, Agochi Meziopi, Fajeto South, Kuladaklu. It's the same thing that will run through, because we'll be working with some of you directly. Adaklu is not far from us. Fajato is not far. Gotimeziofi is just here. Whole West is very close to us. Then Milenu Tuomentonto, which is whole central. So the selection is still ongoing. And this is a free one I have just put across, that we want someone who understands Epedo as the DC and the MC na Epenutome. Bubume yikewa koko dadania. Let's sieve them. And then nanyebe nkeke heva for acceptance in the assembly. Yeah, I had a live program. Aqua Venami. We did that for Honorable Divine. So it'll just be in place to do it, to keep it up and do it for the next person. So watch out for that when the time is due. So the timetable from the 24th of this month. Let me give you the timetable on which they're going to. That is the vetting. Saturday, January 25, applicants from Howek Pando and Afajato South. Your way our vetting. So that's next week. Then we have here from Saturday, we are moving to Sunday, January 26th. Then we'll have the applicants from North Tone, South Tone, and Central Tone. It's going to be another long day. Then Monday, January 27th, we'll have applicants from North Dine, South Dine, and Ho West. Yeah, you're open 10. If things work out well, all things being equal. Tuesday, January 28th, applicants from Anglo, Keta, and Akachi South. Wednesday, January 29, Ketu South, Ketu North, and Akachi North. 30th of January, Anye Agotimeziope, Adaklu, and Ho Central. The Ho Central told me agboji dine kra medejidi. Elabe 30th, yeah nyemi atogume. Then Monday, February 3rd or February 3, Yahweh wa as submit with a submission of shortlisted applicants na general secretary for the necessary action. Keodna gamebe nkeke yao de sian de jia onya pondiga asieke kwa wana ejegome. And I would want to again put across, but if you remember, onamiga wideke be ye wa ko aje the inauguration gome. People applauded the organizers, the president elected, then now the president. Bewo wade gameji. So moving forward, we expect that they run through the system, like every aspect. The all the see the baby me na game. Be ya you wa wonu ke awoke kwa. We believe that mia awode gameji. Time is money. Time lost is never gain. Tamia penya sala o me ahodo chuchukwe vide la fi. We'll come back. It's all going to be talks, calls this morning. Tamia IEG anotodum miafe wanam.
It's the Global Morning Show. Wake up to an exciting morning
the cervical cancer unti no yiko nyo amai for my view wo de afuna mo yuju to de afuna ne mmema o le ike mi akọ ale benamia dokio be ma va ye fu de pena mi ame ha chocho ma o kwa bubo wa ya pe me de day ado mi agbo. Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're fine.
Yes, please.
Happy New Year.
Many happy returns.
All right, so egbendi ami ale nku de cervical cancer unti elo yo ne le begbo me
Vigidonu cancer.
fe abimaku adolele.
Alo
Okay.
abimaku ke helia vigidonu.
Okay. All right. Akbe. Ya eji. Tademi be abi maku alo vigi donu fe dole. Fi abe ele vigi fun ya ta wa lewe lo alo le.
Yo, me do agbendi na ya fe todo la we. Le kpoede ko vigidonu fa abimaku enye abimaku ke helia nyonu oko. Nyonu ke we he oji. Onye nyonu. Menye tafala chemi ano vinchu ke we ho lo do ko trobe yozu nyonu.
Oh, okay. Nyonu
Ke ho
jojo me fe
jojo me fe nyonu. The English will say biologically females. Ya vigidonu fa bimaku aten ale. Ta gbede ko vigidonu fa bimaku enya bimaku ke hele nyonu we o fe
Okay.
vigidonu.
Ta nyonu onwe mele no fo na ndike.
Me de kuku.
All right, so leke o ko jone me bia segban be o amede cha konu da vie jiji fun ya lo vie maji ya lo ni antom ya fe ndo wawawe boy wocho.
Eyo. Menye viejiji fun de do for a chenye mianto mi afe nu wona de. Le enu mekukuo me pegede wekela menya nu ke tututu he cancer cover. Ta nde kemele mi ato asi kambe he cancer ve abele mi adobe ne emu hedu ekura akpo malaria. Ta cancer la ma to asi nde ke kabe he neve. Akeye vo yo ndebe risk factors. Risk factors. Alo nuke ohe no ozube edo onye mi anto mi afe nu wona we edo ocho onye nuke he mata wande kecho enwu.
Okay.
So we have the modifiable risk factors and then the non-modifiable risk factors. Mi agbelesibe.
Okay.
Ta
Me asa oda.
Le risk factors o go mela nyonu nyenye enye risk factor gbanto.
All right.
Velia mi agblobe le cervical cancer go mela pe risk alo nu ke he awo he nu ke tututu he the cervical cancer cover HPV virus alo dole kuide mi obe HPV alo human papilloma virus eya itan here vigidonu cancer ke cover nuka o mi awo alo he anye mi anto mi afe nu na o ke he anabe mi akpo HPV ke he avanabe cancer alo abimaku awo mi afe yonu. Ameda biabe nenye HPV he nya kawe ko ke mi ekpo cancer awo. HPV etanu ame febla ton febla ne febla ve ape ne ozube o nto o la me po honu o sen la o le gbeji la atandu oji. Ta risk factor de kainye mi afe la me po honu o pe masen. Ta le va low immunity atan anabe ne virus mi he gede o vigidonu la ne won la me ko honu metendu ji o no fi mi pe gbogbo adewe ke mi aten wa va na akpo vigidonu cancer. Velia enye siga nunu alo enu yoyo menye ba make he ko cigar ko denu hele nunu ya ko mi aglobele cigar no ne evo be passive smoking and active smoking I make he ko cigar he ko denu la e fa be ele active smoking wa I can make he bubo no high e ale passive smoking wa
Okay.
boyde kwenye be I make hele cigar no yin no nuila etu ajujo de kododa e we ke he bubo no gbo o che gbo e de me ha ta cigar nunu e a chetan nana be mi a fe vigidon pe tissue so la autant trona ke ha na be cervical cancer alo vigidon cancer la aten ale ami ne mi chole ke mi jin mi ayi sronde de kaba alo nchunyanya kaba le nyonu pe gome ha ne me be kaba me rabia be kaba e anye time ka less than 18 years and when you are sexually active less than 18 years the implication is the possibility of you getting exposed to the HPV virus earlier is higher.
Okay.
Eyata nchu nyanya kaba le nyanyo nuvio pe
Onye kaba yo le wa ijilo alo nye kaba wa to le mo
amere le atan wezere kamie first time mieko alo zigbanto mieko la HPV virus ele nchu dem de o ma hinchu o mele nyon de kagbo ele chachale nyon jita ekwe kemi ekova ne aglo wezere ka kemi ko ya iwanu ke po gake ne virus he de onlame alo he de vigidonu he onlame po honu meten dujiu la kemi atem bubu chenye yovo abe multiple sexual partners amerika gbo mano de ole menye nyon mo e mela amerika gbo nchu oche mela amerika gbo atankwe akova na nyonu alo nyonu oche atano menye be do mahi ele nchu ke gbo ya la me bubu gbo de e akwenye multiple sexual partner nyao de o mahi kla me de mi na npo mi pa kla me bubu mi ga pa kla me bubu mi ga pa so you are multiplying your partners in a way.
Okay.
Ta anye risk factor bubu mi anyonu eje mi po mi adokwe ogbo mi ape nyonu dokwe gbo popo evo abe personal hygiene amedo to le very poor ta poor personal hygiene la atan nawe ano infection po kaba ta eyache atanye kuke bubu ke ha he cervical cancer akovenami
Emi be amedo ku igbo popo a jemi semezereka ne bele po a na mede ne segbe abe maybe ne me segbo ma ga ase la fideko.
Okay.
Ta fiami.
Okay. Ta flache ne mi ano vinyonu de o ne le no nya va do mi adomekola mi anya ba me bubu va as nyonu sent de nona amedo ta flache amedo le no zube do la fe me kwache no va gbowela manya be ela sidanyin aka mede le no nya va do la kula amumuda we anya zere ka be amekela ele asidoyin.
Okay.
Ta mi adokwe ogbo popo medele do mahi agbeten alogo di de ka alo pant de ka ya elesi me fia matan podo kwe we gbo de ka ke mi ne fia me ne ya emro pe ko atanye asie kaka unbe yakela efu edo aka medele agbo de ka ma ya ele isitala adwe trindenu api atanvanye menye be gomego di de deo mi afe anda nika pla wu keke ake o chen amedo meta nyane abe anda nika amedo me nyane kaba
Abo feel be le
gagala pe sigo o feel me dongo gboro dodo la pe me nyade mi afe pad ke we hemi zanai ejebe mi no doli kaba atando li pad zieton lenkekere kame zievele nkekere kame fa akame de le de kake ho don dime eya kwa no kaka fian me no ba le chi ape ma de mi ajiu ta o pete le amedoku egbo popo
Oh, okay.
won mi na mi anyon nu
Ah, okay. Yo, akpe.
yo ebiam do ngo be evijiji gbogbo acha nye alo ya he cancer veda acha nye risk factor de ka ameda bia be evijiji gbogbo de evinenne aji hemi aglobe ejivi gbogbo lo alo mejivi gbogbo nyematan yo hanhale medekele fi kanbe eya enye vi gbogbo jijilo alo menye ya nye vi gbogbo jijio
Okay.
nume kuku alo research eya ede fiabe ameke we ho ojivi gbogbo la yo pe vigidonu cancer popola ede ngowu ameke ho mejivi gbogbo ga keme fiabe ameke he mejivi gbogbo we mata npe o amedele mejivi pocho ga ke atenwa po cervical cancer alo
Okay.
vigidonu cancer yewe nye enya kewe he mi aglobe onye risk factors
All right.
here vigidonu cancer ve
Vigidonu cancer alo abi maku ye no vigidonu eyo be nyonu wo emenya meyiwo ugbo batro odokuwo enye yo ga ka meyicho nyonu jojome nyonu me eyo we pe nufafia enye eya le ya lebe na dokuwo ne enu onye ajoko anyabe nu ya elefu dem na ya ale ho he yi ya pe de ajesi dego.
ya me dongo gbolobe ne ozube virus he kamede alo he joda mede mela ma nyazere kabe virus chele va sere si me he va do dokuyo ekpo ape anya
So virus way de le antidote de le antibacterial de le ndele ike ami ako azan dadanyi ono mi afa la melo alo yi do ne mi kpo mi adoki ole no no me de me mi awande obe mi atonwa I get rid of virus ya.
okay you vo aglobe prevention prevention by vaccination
Okay.
and then vaccination ela ne ozube ameke o hwe o menya nchuola ewa do le yo me alo yo o benefit na le me ho wu bene ozube enya nchuhoho that they view as young as 13 to 40 years me atan vaccination na ameke miwe
Okay.
akeno ozube enya nchuhoho la the possibility of being exposed to the virus la
It's high.
it's high ta atan va vaccination alo atan va do abui abele he mi la bui do na polio eji de vio ko do abui na obe polio ne mega lewo
Emeko.
sigbe
Okay.
ga ke no zube nya nchu koko ke va la bui de va do abui la ke fia mi do ko e waste abui alo mi agbobe aten an waste abui because you might or you may already have been exposed to the virus.
Okay. So mi ekponu yiwonye obendeke mele kanwe ya o gake risk factors o no medo yu atonwa he koko venami yowenye emaji wo oto ati alofonu le wuna mi tami anyonu okonwa mi ape taflache dolele alonu ika tonwa defu na nyonu wa he nye eya ta efo lele da medoku jajarado plenu yo katanji o to ati dongwa ehia model model le mi atan awa adejesi be cervical cancer ya ebe adefuna mi a alo unless edo gbegbelenpe vo ape nudo waje jesi de.
Okay ape mi ayi dodokpo alo nke he mi atan wa pe wa dodokpo ke wa gblobe ni atepe cervical cancer onye mi akpo jessica we he ami atan po alo I feel ke here be e je be da for never koji ne no do po mane e wo be signs and symptoms me akpo ya oda ape ayi do po ke he me awo po.
All right.
Abenyonu da flash no zube nyonu plentu ho nan la na je be be sese ne no ayin kake ne cervical cancer he be adefuna nyonu dola no ple o soro na lo plentu pain no mela o se eveve tane ozube no mi he je mo dorala ke mi je be na je kojimo ela be mele etefe sibo.
Okay.
Nyonu anoin ko echi ano kokole ehun alo echi ano dodole ehun ke he ma jo be ma glo le pegun be chi papa.
All right.
Nyonu de say de echi dole mian at a point in time. Kake me papa now. Kake va fo ko be awo echi ke hele dodole ehun la. You vo be sent to dosi alo odole me eje be na je kojimo mele normal. Mi chwe kube amede evli edo do asian voko ya ehugale kokolem alo amede megala sidan mi ba mi edo menopause akia ko ga kobe ehuvale kokolem alo evale sporting po alo anu an ko apobe ehugale dodole imu eje beneje kojimo.
Okay.
Mele normal. Ne ozube eleko pobe afo bale yi ile alo yovo be leg cramps edo chido afide ko pobe aho ne eleko afo bale yive.
Okay.
Enyenyon mi aglobe no ozube dolele hedo he gbade lame la ya otando afome
okay.
tano zube va koji kabala alo mi anu kwa no mi adoko we dopo la ke mi wa po dolele kaba plate sube ma va do fike ho jebe afo to cheneva de emenawo ameda anu kwa po be ile ekudi ndeke majo ko ile kudi le idoko eme.
Okay.
Unexplained weight loss. Menye be de le dobu bude kele alo mele nudu we pobe awo mele vovo mele nyinyi eje be na je kojimo de o ma hin ebu kokola meun echi papa be vesese ne pa ple eso mi no ari plenchu mi noan afova me nke mi de keme wawo akere ko pobe ile nyinyi ile vovo bonde keme le wawo eje be na je kojimo.
All right. Anyo be mi aji akemi akoko said afi anyo be mi afanya salaw wa adicha gede mi afa doyo fa ano adan iyawo ho magieji abenyonu nchocho to go mo ole nchuche wa yi ahoyo to pakpaji esroto wa ten lo no ni ofasi ayi aho nu fafia eyo pete chi elon la deji sure right. Okay, so mi afanya salata flache matchway mi ko ekoke matchway de fi so that mi atonwa agede miafe doyo pao donokoji teaching hospital municipal hospital yo kata abiagbe o isenyadele global fndk meme kona itutu wo pete me doko aje ko afa aide ekoji o akpe bereku poeta na ple enyade ka vedoko.
Okay.
Within few seconds.
Yo akpe enyake pe hele he maglo kwenye be no zube monu popo he do mi asi bene mi soro nu abe egbelegbo la mi asi mi anovio nenu no doto ela be de wele enu la mi wo ga keme nya be je bene ade afo ayi koji o akele nu so so abe egbelegbo mela kemi a nya be o eje bene aje koji mo abele he gbele chela meje mi na mi je do cha pe ne mi yi koji o nya tanva koji abia enu gomesese wa de egome na mi.
All right. Akpe me se no me de cho akpe no Georgina JY Jemfi cho whole teaching hospital yo nanu me enufafia me kude cervical cancer nenye nyono pe vigido we abi makumaku dolele ike edefun me penya selao mi aga ayi vi atrogbo eye wona alo jedodo yo katale mi asia wado mi agbo mi no iji mi no todo me here on Facebook from is that James McBeda, counselor, watching from USA. Oh, me do US of A. I bet that brochi guapele fiero without passport.
Yes, man.
All right, so loving the show, Joyce. You're doing great. Thank you. And Siska Lamaya, you say thank you, Jesus Christ. Watching live from UAE, Dubai, precisely. Oh,
Yes,
that
man.
bolo.
Charlie. Melepuku mako bag
Yode.
asi.
Nyameko bag ogakebe dabrochigbo. And from Siska again, say please kindly update us on who has been selected for MC position for home municipality. Not yet confirmed. The
Yes.
president is the final, say
But
on that one.
but some crazy numbers are coming out.
Yes, that's 22. They can't get 20. No water at Chikota. All right, so I understand housing is flowing, so it will soon get to Chikota. They do like Tojina housing,
Yes.
or Tojina housing. So we can't do no pressure. Hele Sivira do mi agbo. And Philip Bochi says good morning to everyone. All the incoming regional ministers must work hard to lift the image of the nation and the party. If each minister provide the jobs for 20 people, multiple by 60 ministers, so let's say multiply and by 60 ministers, at least the youth will be delighted. Congratulations to Honorable James Gunu Abuchi Philip from Keta. It says, good morning, Madam Jijo. Good morning to everyone who's watching us. Thank you. You can also send us your messages. So we are having a discussion on the regional minister designates. We are having that of the MMDCs as well. The figures in the various districts. It's something that's sending us a signal. It's sending us a signal. We'll have a discussion on that as well. Then the other ones, taking you to Baku, bringing you back to Parliament. Then we'll take you to other places as well. Okay, so Frank Abo and the team are back, and we are here to bring you this segment, which is the news and views segment right here
Yes.
on the show. Okay, so let's start off with the papers if they are ready.
Okay. Yes, they are ready. They are ready.
All right.
Let me start with the daily graphic. Daily graphic here. The president seek to end the Boko crisis. Says area's peace top priority. And Epe Enclave me so and then make sure we me far. And also on the same page, Mahama reaffirmed commitment to sustain growth. President faces selection headache as piles of CVs flood his office. You understand? SMD.
The CVs, they will continue flooding.
And
their offices.
voter regime alone, next voter regime, they figure I shock way. Then security chief pledges loyalty to President Mahama. Then Republic Press, Mahama changes tune as he shifts from LGBTQI stance. Then A plus drop bombshell, threatening to name ex-minister implicated in Ahmed Swale's murder investigation. And I was reading that thing on Facebook this morning. Serious. Then there is one news. President Mahama named top 10 regional ministers and F6 to go. The Metro Lens, no backdoor taxation after abolishing e-levy and betting tax. Gideon Baku, I don't know why he is speaking.
He wrote that yesterday. We had that yesterday.
No, yesterday he said it's against IMF.
Or I
Policy.
read it. I think I read that yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So he should continue speaking. I read what someone also said that the NDC should come to them and learn from them. So about abolishing taxes, they know how to do it best. Meanwhile, you were not able to abolish the taxes.
Yes. Then Jiba is here. Jiba is saying something. Is it Jiba or Giba?
Giba,
Giba, all of
we
them.
will move. Giba.
Giba sue Ministry of Communication, KNet Ghana over illegal fees. So all along, Odaga there, Media House Sojo like and Ghanaian Times, we'll go to Ghanaian Times quickly. At the 75th annual anniversary, we will provide sustainable growth opportunity for all. Vice President is speaking. President, so I read that one earlier. So regional district tribunal will not assert powers of court.
Okay.
So that
They're
is
calling for regional tribunals. I think the attorney general made mention of that during his vetting as well.
yes. Then daily analyst, shake up in security setup eminent. Mahama drops hint at Boku, so we heard him say they are busy appointing all the security
Of course,
corporals
it's necessary. All
Yeah.
those hands needs to. The old ones must leave for new faces to come in. If you could have, bring a lasting solution to the protracted conflict in Boku,
Yeah.
they would have been able to do it. So I understand the NDC still have some experts in there, experienced
yes.
individuals.
Oh yes, there's very experienced ones. Yeah,
That they will
no,
take
yeah.
charge, like for the ministries, defense, interior.
And seriously, this
National Security
concerning this
Coordinator.
Boku issue, I don't know. It's a high time. I wish Mama get that very neutral people who can take charge of the issue and deal with it once and for all. Because in a past administration,
Did you hear Richard Kumado? It says when the NDC is in power, there's always some
the
a
issue
calm is always restored.
restored.
It's like the people are okay, but when it's government changes hands, then you don't know what actually brings back
And
the
so
conflict.
the previous government, every month they send 6 million Ghana cedis
yeah. The
concerning
previous.
this. So Enmova Abe is a business. Some people are just using this crisis to make business, to make money.
So we
so
give
I
you those
wish
huge sums of money, yet
nothing
the
comes
conflicts
out.
continue. People keeps dying, and
So I wish the new people will also not follow the same trend, place a budget on our taxpayers, they give them the money and nothing will come out of it. That's my only problem. Then I think that's all for the papers this morning.
all right. Let's move on quickly. You don't have the portals. All right.
Then,
We will move to the city newsroom where we still have Boku crisis in here. Muhammad to announce major security appointment this week. The papers have carried it. Oponitra research scientists discredits GSA, that's the Ghana Standards Authority fertilizer report. Oral established to serve political interests. That's from Ansa Asari. He believes the oral establishment is just to serve political interest, and anti-LGBTQ plus bill should be government sponsored, not a private members bill. So trying to speak to an expert in this regard to get a few clarification from him. So what does this mean from the previous bill that the NDC was championing, the proponents, and when they were campaigning, the messages we were hearing from them, and what the president is saying now? Does it make any difference? What does this mean to the ordinary Ghanaian? So when we get him, we'll have him on the phone lines to speak to us. And the restoring peace in Boku remains one of my priorities. That's from the president.
yes.
Unknown gunmen attack and burn truck in Wale Wale. So we've burnt a police station, which we are looking for the people. To what extent?
Ejisu.
Yes, to what extent will people, will individuals, come together and then birth an idea that to repay back the police, medical custody. We've been hearing people dying in custodies, youth going on rampage, and all of that.
And also Jolefi in the past, the voter region.
A voter region, Toya, we don't even attack them.
Yes.
At a point, they don't even, they warn you that the media shouldn't even speak about it.
Yes.
Amokude, the latest one was one gentleman from Ziopi.
Jolefi, yes.
Up to what extent? So the regional minister, I think when he comes back, when not he's coming back, when the regional minister is accepted, and then he's the substantive minister, I think we will call on him.
Yes.
And then be the regional commander. For the police to practice the system they practice in the
past.
SO administration, where they no more speak to the media, provide us with information and all of that. Miakpoda Bede Waga Wesigba Halofifie will still have the open system where we have the PROs active. Once upon a time, anything you want to get it
You
from
hear,
the PRO.
yes.
About I feel like quite quickly.
Collapse system,
You don't hear anything, and we continue speculating. Then they come at you that you are. Why are you saying that? Why? But you have failed to give us the necessary information.
That's it.
So IGP, will he go or he will stay? Say security nyako. LK, best IGP.
And now we own the assignment, and on your assignment. Okay, that's
no, do you want to bet that he will stay or he will go?
Oh, it's possible he will stay. He's a young man. He still have a lot of years ahead of him, and he has his hands on the job.
I'll find out from Richard Kuma, the doc. He said he's his uncle.
No,
so let's see. If
by to be honest, he has a lot of years. If they should discharge him, where is he going? So would he, once upon a time, IGP now stay behind, be saluting who?
Yes.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Let's see how it goes.
And me seriously, I will not advise that they should take him off the job, because seriously, he has his hands on. He has brought a lot of reforms.
Apart from that,
yes,
the reforms, the police shouldn't speak to the media.
That's on the low side. That's one of his weakness, and I'm sure if he has been briefed or being talked to somehow, that system can be brought back.
I'm sure when we speak to the police officers themselves, they would want to vouch.
No, the truth is in every sector, one or two people will always be against the boss, the director general, or the
supervisor.
Yes,
or
anyhow, definitely. So speaking to them, you might fall on the wrong one who will now speak against him, or you fall on the good one who will now praise him. And don't forget, they're also human beings. They have their weaknesses.
Okay. Mohammed's visit to Boku will send positive signals to feuding factions. Festus Sabwaji says Osibi says steady Osei passes away in London. Samia Oku resigns as NLA boss. And obe mevawa don yurekele NLA wa mi omegale egbebe imana licenses
Lototo. But Mr. Nyarobe, he has improved the place. They have made so much revenue for the state.
Always say a group of people, because when you are wow, all the woji there, so they accept you.
No, yes.
I mean, you hear and who are meloji, they will stand against you. Amansi South, police on manhunt for 2 gold robbers.
Yes.
And then, let's see, tricycle operators call for legalization as tensions rise over KMA ban. Okay, they want them to be legalized, legalized and regulated.
How?
Although they should be in the system the way they are and regulate them.
I think
they are increasing by day.
I think they should be like this so that they regulate them rather.
If they don't, we want to legalize Okada and regulate them. So if you don't legalize them, how do we regulate them?
The fact is, those who legalize it, those countries who practice this system, they are always telling us that is the biggest wrong choice they have made. So I am not sure we will just bypass those advice and legalize them. All these campaign promises they have made, all the parties have made in the past that, when we can, we'll legalize them, but we'll regulate them, all of them will not come, they will not work. We heard in the past, some people even promised that they should bring their motor and come for car. Where is it? Why Dodge? So you see the whole thing. So I'm not sure.
Those 2 coastal covered ones. Fan on go where they come at Molo. There's a fan in front end. I'm not a phone up. I'm a vegetable system.
As why
individuals and you didn't come to us to say anything. Why? They've taken it from you or what? So they had only 2, 1 yellow, 1 white, or red.
I think red and yellow.
Red and yellow.
And you may get blue to the check buffet. So these are all promises that will come and go. They'll come and go. definitely.
Okay. Let's get a few ones to end it here. See if we can get to the phone lines before we bring you the um, the deeper conversation with the regional ministers designate with our guests.
Okay. So, let me take you to my journal line. The IPPG calls on Mahama to retain and reset the emission levy. So, the emission, I don't know. This thing should go off. Crack, 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 crack. Seriously, me, I wish it would go. Then Mahama visit Baku is critical for lasting peace, National Peace Council. Then Mahama calls on robust investment to uplift vulnerable population. There is one issue here in Waliwale. Scores injured in Waliwale as soldiers are accused for brutal assault. Can you imagine, Joe? We are here. All of a sudden, ko soldier over Dorefie. All of you lie down, lie down, lie down. Ko atine mi apejime ne je
Do
hora
before
pia
complain.
pia pia. Eh, in one breath, and me pobe nyura na very work for reset citizens because freedom members to me. Freedom is I can like whole way up with menu. The approach is just harsh. I think that's something that is happening in Wale Wale right now.
All right. Let's be concluding on that one. We have Bejo on the phone line for our next conversation on the LGBTQ conversation.
Okay.
All right.
Go
So
ahead.
let's have that one quickly. We promise to have a conversation on the, should we call it the new twist to what we've been hearing in the past. Oh, so we have been joined on the phone lines by let's get his name. That is Mr. William Nyako. He is Executive Director, Africa Center for International Law and Accountability. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you doing?
I am graciously fine. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while. Happy New Year.
Yeah, yes. Many happy returns to you and
Okay, so let's get to the conversation now. There is this development where we understand the President John Dramani Mahama has indicated a preference for promoting family values through education rather than prioritizing uh, legislation. But earlier, we understand that the NDC was they have their members of parliament being the proponents of the proper family right values bill, and they wanted the president to sign or assent his signature. We had some court issues, blah blah blah. There was so much pressure on the president to sign the bill. Now there's been change of government, and what we have heard before and what we are hearing now, the then flag bearer of the NDC and now the president of the republic, what does this two developments means?
So clearly, this is in the realm of not just law, but also politics. You since this bill, was initiated about 3 years ago, as you rightly said, the MPP was in government, and this bill was started by NDC members of parliament, about 8 of them, about with one person from the NPP. So there's politics involved. I think you would recall back in 2015, Mr. St. George had spoken on this matter when then President Mahama was in office, and a book that was authored by him, the person who assisted him, MPP said that the person was gay. And so that hula baloo in 2015, when it came up, Mr. Sam George came to the defense of not just President Mahama, but to gays and lesbians, that it is the constitution which provides protection for everyone. So back in 2021 when the issue of the LGBT thing came up. He, as you rightly said, was the leading proponent for this. So there's some politics in there. And this matter is not just in the realm of law, but also there's politics. And you would recall that during the campaigning period, then candidate Mahama urged President Akufo-Addo to sign and all of that. And now that and he had indicated that he could sign if he became president. And so you see the shifting positions. It tells you that there's a lot more politics. There's one thing to be in opposition, there's another to be government. Okay. When you are in office, you represent the state. And so because the Constitution provides for equal protection of the law under Article 17 for everyone, the state cannot take certain positions which will be seen to be hateful, discriminatory against its own citizens. So that's where we are. We had indicated a while back that it was unlikely that even President Mahama, if he became president at the time, would sign because the bill itself has serious challenges. First of all, you recall that President Akufo-Addo had indicated his unwillingness to sign because based on advice given him by then the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, that there were serious constitutional violations if the bill were to become law. One of it was Article 108 of the 1992 Constitution, which provides that a private member, any bill other than the one which is brought by the executive, and you know that most bills are brought by the executive because citizens give power to the executive to steer the affairs of state. So it is only a bill by the executive that can impose costs on our finances.
Okay.
So this bill was brought by a private member. It's a private member's bill. And Article 108 says that the Parliament shall not proceed on any bill which imposes a cost.
Okay.
That the Speaker was to make that determination. Now, then the underlying question was that, will this bill impose a cost on the state? The answer was categorically yes, because there are custodial prison sentences outlined in the bill. People can, even journalists can go to prison, even the most, for up to 10 years. When people go to prison, the state feeds them. So the Constitution does not allow a private member's bill to impose a cost on the state. And that was one of the key points that, people who were against the bill raised, apart from the constitutional violations of freedom of speech. So you take it, for example, as journalists, if this bill had become law, we cannot have this conversation.
Okay, yeah.
You will go to prison for 10 years. So the bill does not only, seek to address a problem. And you always have to, what is the problem that exists that this bill wants to solve? I mean, there are issues about same-sex marriage. Already, there are laws already existing, constructively prohibiting same-sex marriage and things like that. So we can talk some more about other issues, but these are my initial comments.
Okay. So what does this mean to the ordinary Ghanaian? What we've been hearing, does this mean that the bill in its current form wouldn't hold and that we're going to have another one altogether?
So, first of all, given the majority support that this bill garnered among Ghanaians, because one can argue that it was one of the issues why perhaps NPP lost the election. It became an election issue, and some voters would have decided to vote for one party or candidate or the other based on, this LGBT issue. Now, as a parliamentary process, once the bill did not become law in the 8th Parliament, the bill dies.
Okay.
the bill, now we have the ninth parliament. A previous parliament cannot bind an incoming parliament or the new parliament.
Okay.
So from the legislative process, the bill has died.
All right.
For the bill to come back, they have to start the legislative process all over again. So you recall that President Mahama said that perhaps they can introduce it as a government bill. If they do that, they will be able to overcome the Article 108 the prohibition there.
Okay.
So the government can decide now to introduce it through the Attorney General or other ministry that they deem fit. So that's one of the ways that they can go about this to overcome the legal challenge concerning the Article 108.
Okay.
But there's always the challenge of a state, in this state, Ghana, right now introducing such a bill which from the get-go has provisions and clauses which really discriminate against its own citizens. And this can also open up to the challenge. So the pathways that President Mahama has indicated, obviously, because the bill has died, you really don't have that bill as it was at the time. So the process will have to be started. So those pathways that they have indicated, one, let's teach our children that gazing is not good and all that through curriculum, that's one part. The second part is if they decide to bring the bill, then it must be government-sponsored, which means that a lot of the provisions which violate the Constitution will have to be, removed and reworked in such a way that it may accord with law and also be able to satisfy the supporters of the bill.
Thank you so much, Mr. William Nyako, for speaking to us. We appreciate the elaboration. We'll get in touch. Thank you. Have a great day.
So, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so because of time, we'll end it here. That was Mr. William Nyako. He's Executive Director for Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, giving us an extended, explanation to what the president has said in regard to the LGBTQI+. So, 8th Parliament died with the bill. 8th Parliament is gone. The bill is dead. If it will be reintroduced to Parliament, it is either coming in a government bill form. It's not going to be the private members bill, not anymore, because that comes with some cost. And also the other one saying we should it should be part of our curricula where we'll start teaching our children our moral values. If we had this national Thanksgivings, one of the pastors made mention of that, so that we inculcate it. We have a roundtable discussion on how we as a nation we are able to identify what our moral values are. We should have a policy and we go by that. We teach that to the children so that those at the KG or the nursery now will start with them, and they will be the new Ghanaians that will start practicing our national values. Okay, so that is it for now. We'll take another breather when we come back. Then the other conversation on the minister designate for our regions will be on with guests whom I will introduce after this musical break.
Yeah, John Mr. JP. Yeah.
And there will surely be a brighter day for you and I. And Ghana will be a better place soon for us to enjoy. We'll definitely enjoy it, and our generations should also come to enjoy. So now we're moving forward to the next leg of our conversation with Mr. Delali Bright Kugbajo. Kugbajo.
Very, very happy. Much happier than even the last time I came here.
Why? What's
Today
the
to be
secret?
here.
What happened?
Yeah. I'm happy about President Mahama's, you know, nominees
For the
for the position of regional ministers.
Okay.
Designates. And I particularly happy about Honorable James Kunu's
okay.
nomination, and I believe that he will be vetted and approved by Parliament, and soon to come and occupy the high office of a regional minister for the Volta region. This is particularly significant because of how over the years I've worked closely with Honorable Gunu as the regional secretary, and this is somebody who is selfless, very dedicated, and loyal to the ideals of the NDC. So I believe that occupying that office, he will add a lot more to the NDC's growth and the development of the Volta region.
Okay.
This is somebody who has gone through the mill. Honorable Gunu was the first DCE for Akachi North when
That
the
district was
was carved out of Akachi. Aveno, at the time they called it Aveno district. So, as experience in occupying public office, he's got it. He has been our regional secretary since 2018, that he was elected together with my good self to the regional executive committee. He has discharged his duty very dutifully. And Jijo, our last election, he pulled the highest votes, even though he was contested by 2 or 3 other individuals. That after occupying the first term, when he was going for the second term, he pulled more vote than he pulled the first attempt. Even
Okay.
at the time, Volta region was together with Oti region. So the delegates were more than the last one. Yet he pulled a very huge vote. That tells you the confidence that the people of the region, especially the NDC, repose in him. So I'm very much particularly happy about him. I can attest to his hard work. He is somebody who can call you at 3 a.m. just to ask you to do one thing or the other for him. Meaning that he never sleeps on his job. And at the office, we call him a doctor. If you don't have the energy, if you are lazy, there's no way you can work around Honorable Gunu. Yes. If you are somebody who is lazy, you can't just work around him. So those of us who work around him, you see how he grills you. So he's somebody that I believe that he will work, very hard to make sure he promotes the development of the Volta region. He's somebody who is very close to the president too. So I know with his connection with the president, let me say the presidency, he can easily get the ears and the eyes of the presidency to the Volta region. So I am very happy.
Okay. Is the expression of gratitude an extension of what the NDC as a party has for the nomination of the minister designate? Is it are you speaking as a person or you speaking for the party?
I'm speaking for the party. I am the regional deputy communications officer, and particularly, I have a very special relationship with Honorable Gunu. Those who know knows, and I am saying that he is the choice of the functional executive committee to occupy the office.
Okay.
We had a meeting early this year as an executive committee, and these things were discussed among other things.
All right.
And we overwhelmingly elected him or nominated him to be the one, like the functional executive committee, our nominee that we presented to the president to nominate, and he didn't disappoint us. He never disappointed.
So you presented only his name,
and two others.
Or two.
We presented his name and two others.
Okay.
But he is our choice overwhelmingly. There was no one dissenting voice at that meeting against his nomination. Yeah.
Okay.
So he is the choice that we've made, and we are happy and grateful that the president didn't disappoint us. He also found him worthy to represent him in the Volta region.
Okay. All right. So, supervisory role will be played by him across the region, making sure that the right things are done, what is going on in terms of development. And the MC is going to be the representative for the president. All right. Now, let's look at the Volta region. He coming in to play a supervisory role. Someone sent a message that he should provide jobs. Well, we'll leave that to he himself. We have other groups of people expressing their utmost gratitude for his nomination, and a few individuals as well. Looking at the Volta region, this is one of the regions being touted as, the world back of the NDC. And this election last year, we understand you gave about 90%, over 90% of the votes to the victory of the party. Let me let Nutuome Pechichi Nyaw Alongo Nyaw Pom me kpo apeto James Gono le party pedo wome le akachi no stop penu no abe mo mefia fe be ye no duplo la John Dramani Mahama tepe le nutoma me fifie the next level enye wakwa muga nuto me peteji le amuga to me pe ngoyi nyaome a minya be me ya de ka le do gbo fifie me akpo okple MC pe dowo MC vovo a ole 18 district a opete wano eya mape pokpolote wa atu amuganu to amede ngo mia yi de mia pe MC ofa mia tramo vida yi de mia pe MMDC so fa kwaji minya for whole central alone we have about 22 individuals. I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
All these people minya be only 3 were shortlisted now the president's consideration. Me kpo Peter James Gunu pe ma ba me the car le do me, and the combination with Epe MCA okay, we only want to focus on the whole central le MC Opakpajigbo. Ameka tongbe NDC le dizimbe yewa adade whole municipal now whole municipal toll.
Let's broaden it, the whole region.
Okay. Ameka yewa daddy amedeka even after of the 3 to be shortlisted is only one person. We don't have deputy DCs or MCs. So eleba mede yike anye dowala. Enya mede yike anye vos edokui kosa vola.
Savola.
Anya mede yike egbo jidan. Anya me yike ese efe dowa wame. Anya me yike anya ebena dukulola tefe ile olebe ya he ngoyi akwa kova miape enuto vuvuvu a ume. Tufie mikpo eta nao ikene nibo dasideji a eya ya minyaba mereka kwe akpo pass ato mega kene mi va miape mom mefi ogbo a meka fo mevi medibe yo dade district and municipal offices vovoawo na mi ame gbogbo yiwo ngoro panko yiwo me mia ale nkudo me amere kwa gbogbo de nde mi nya na mi dasi hoho videdeji ko amo no se sigbe ko la ma me se ma cho ho anglo nko abele ke ozo abe wholesale
Kwa bade jijo. Mese upe babia go. Aken kam ni amana anyanye be. NDC is a democratic institution. Ta nemon kwakova. And in my blow, we are the biggest political party in the Volta region and Ghana as a whole. Ta nembe unye biggest la. If ever me up I'm NDC to sok boza. And most of all these people are very highly qualified and competent people. Ta nemon kwakova for a position mega wonu kunami be ame sogbo o show interest there emo kemo do ko fiabela nyatepe onye party la ame o de hademe and anye vudada alo anye tatramo bena koino MPP soyi because MPP mo de hade Volta regional me ko ese koma mo de hade Volta region krakun ta ne o le DC inu awo mega ne kwele so o wa la me de kade ko alo me vede ko ibli ya NDC ya la me 40 va no we so we in terms of representation. So that point first me di ma kon sigbe ko iji nye be o da no me de anyi ike wa mi azan akosra ami ome Mereko Esegoma. Ta first of all la le regional level la mi awo vetting le fi vetting ma ele mo po be adame etonko mi a ti ameton cho municipal and district de sia de hele amgan to me le fi akodo dage kemi president ati an odo meto de ka gba 11 na nye NDCV akwa eleve na nye NDCV akwa veli anye be ne ya me bla ve no anyi o le qualifications o kpola wa kpo be me ka le more qualify even academically then another point ikele significant le guideline me ke national kodo da anye be o be mi lenku de efi MP ocho le constituency
yeah
ne mi akpogbo bela mi mega va code this year alo MC year cho le fima kan there must be some balance mere wele mesa ta honorable Potosu for example cho ho central efia menye ta viepe towe a ta viepe towe ta ne ma de cho ta viepe gale apply cho le ho central ve anye nuila that one the freely I can say it on radio bela that person will find it difficult to go through.
okay
The person will find it very difficult to go through because Osogbo. So these are some of the I cannot talk about all of them here on radio. These are some of the criteria that we will use to prune down the numbers. But we are particularly happy that we've seen this number of zeal, this from the people to put up themselves for this position. But we know that it will not be difficult for us to prune down. Another criteria I think I should talk about again is about gender balance. I know that will excite you.
Yes, I am on the lookout for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously.
Gender balance will be. It will not be fair to appoint MMDC 18, let's say districts in Volta region. Then all of them will be male or all of them will be female. That will be some balance. Are what I would call variables that will go into the selection of them. But again, Honorable Gunu, nye madeke New York ma sesene be wa anongona MMDC yao. He has been
relationship with
he has
people.
been the regional secretary for, let me say, 6 years going or above now, 6 years and above. So 6 years, SF 110, you got kodo kui. Ho kodo kui la nekpo vote ya okpola, which is the approval rating. Epe vote medidio, kemu epe vote ga yiji, bobo. That efiabela, iha this. Amakpaganto ya who file for this. They are all constituency executives and constituency operatives of the party. Ekwera. Ta o dok plikpo o no effect poklote le party level. Mekwe sengoma. Ta menya madeke imekaibe ma sesene be watan lead this MMDC social voter regional. Apufuo annual direction. Give them some KPIs, make sure they work. Na bia Honorable Gunu fe do fe le Akachinov. As a new district, how he quickly worked within 4 years. After Wajola to court or to electoral commission talk office, municipal assembly district office. To residency ne. You talk about no residency because time you over residency we lost power and you understand. So this somebody who has worked so hard. If you talk about school and eliminating schools under tree, ne if mala o record left ma. And ne nyekle Honorable Gunumi yide akachi nof. Ne kwale ke de kakbe so hell u wona dengula. Ne me wonu te point me kaibe so wano wa dem sigo. Yeah.
All right. Number one, no tepo imakaji so here one wawade enu sigbo. Is he the people's choice? Is he the
Another
one?
thing, my team makokbe nyebe. Honorable Gunu fe do work premier fe fiawe. Le region katala very remarkable. He has a very good upbringing in terms of our culture, our values as a people of Volta region. Akobe echire efiapeme. Tane uple mi zomo alo ule kado ple fiaola. Enye nanane ke edenajivo. Tamele mokbo bela. The last administration, there was this gap between the chiefs and the government. I don't know whether you observed that. The chief and the government in the Volta region, there was a gap. And I see Honorable Gunu being somebody who is very competent to come and bridge that gap.
Okay.
To come and bring the chiefs and the people of the Volta region
Together.
very close to the government.
Okay.
That gap should not be there. Me no na nyi Akufo-Addo Vana Volta region me den afiado ogbo. Fiado onye very paramount, like very big chiefs in the Volta region. If you got me sole, I'm never muganto malefio. Kaka kpobe evala me yi na fiamado ogbo. That's the gap I'm talking about. Me den ogbo. Talk about there, for example, Akufo-Addo ava Volta region, ava more asogli nyigbaji lefi mai talk about there for palace. Ike menye nane ke nyakpona na mi amedo political watchers at the time. This time round, Honorable Gunu, I know he has a very good relationship with all our chiefs. Togbi Sri, Togbi Fiti, Togbi Ado, Togbi Adama, Togbi Afede, Togbi Gabusu. No. contact honorable Goodman on a delegation me na and he ne president Mahama those days ever campaign to yenya make he funanu de delegation play fiao ta mi nyame mi le
Mitia.
mitia mi nyame ata mi le jijokpo be president Mahama me nyame de ke o sesena president Mahama be ne decide ji krave ne no voter ne wa no itefele am going to fi.
Okay. Ata Boboto James Gunu yenye momefia kpo le Akachi North.
Yeah.
Yoganye NDC Agbalejiglan at the regional level.
Yeah.
Enye general secretary.
Regional secretary.
Okay. All right. So we are the general.
General is
just
at
for the
national. Yeah.
So we are called regional secretary. Alo la muganu toma yenye agbale opete eyekpo enu opete gbo. Eyaji asisu. Echoivai yeotia ne otonto numetete wana mevo yenye vetting. Ko ne sewa takpepe meto dasidejia ekema eya yenye amuganu toa jikpola. Eye mekadeji bia megede ahu edemebe epe dowa elebene tovuna ameike ejo le officer fifie no anyi 2 terms Dr. Lecha elebepe dowa neje ne vototo de ne vototo de lebe ne wa no anyi a mi akpo etome ako wameve ako sokpo because you're in immediate past and immediate coming in tota. Ya think of a door walk on so sokpo. When I'm regional minister, so pe door wagumea mekae eteno afo veji he wodo hele nkura muganu tome he wodo play MDC sao le de kawo no dume efia wode nu tometore eye mia nyajojo do wala o che wode mekpo monu pokpo ma sosomina swe headwo je pele
Yeah.
miafe amuganu to jikpola.
Again, you have an honorable Gunu journalist here.
Yes, we know he is a
Yeah, I
journalist.
know he's a journalist and paid up member of the GJ in the Volta region. And Yamadeke he play media kadodola ele pli me have a wojijo anyame gbanto adia dasile en ta mi no mi anya jodola mi no mokpo bela. You have a regional minister that will be very close to you. Nobody will, shield him from the media. He will still be coming to your studios anytime you want him. He will come and you have conversation and interactions. Very close. I promise you that.
Well, I know my dear colleagues are also in high hopes that we're going to have some difference in terms of having information from our regional minister, because no accept because regional
of course.
minister enye emma kenu chocho yo from time to time that will benedo do my view bo, so that you also know what is happening. We are hopeful that he'll be that one person. He's a journalist, a member of GJ, paying his dues and all of that. But sometimes certain offices when you occupy it, then no otro. So we are hoping that it will not be his story. And again, to the MC coming, we are hopeful. But
I think you are very much particular about MC.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah. I've been monitoring your shows and even not now, since some time now, I think that is about your attention to the grassroots.
Yes, because he is more closer to us than the regional minister. He is the development agent.
Yeah.
For some information, your Eyagbomian are running to call the regional minister. The regional minister's own cabinet periodically. He would want to address the media, General Wale, but the MC Yelemiagbo.
But Host Central, with the names that I've seen, I believe that Host Central will produce a very hardworking
your
MC.
top 3.
I will not mention that, please forgive me. I won't do that. But because I'm not part of the vetting panel. But with the names that I've seen, the caliber of people that I've seen, I think by all means, Ho Central will have one that you all
Well,
be
I
proud
want
of.
the names. I don't have all the names. So if you can do,
I also don't have the names here.
but you have seen it, but you don't have
I've seen the names, but I don't have them here. I don't want to mention somebody and leave
leave
somebody
the
out.
other out. Yes, so that's why I want the full. We've just been hearing some names, but I want to know what
Like-
is on paper.
Like,
I mentioned them already. Few names.
mention
I'll
some
not
of them.
repeat those
Mention
names.
some of them.
Yeah, I will not repeat them.
Okay.
The people have also been they are hearing. I'm not sure they
But
don't say
the challenge is that Ho Central. How many people filed?
22.
Yeah, 22 names. I cannot remember all of them,
Sure.
and I don't want to mention some and leave some. That can be seen as being biased to somebody. So I won't mention any. But if you have the names, you can mention them.
No, I don't. I want a full list.
Yesterday
Since
we published the numbers. It
now we
was
want the names.
deliberate. We didn't want to publish the names. So it's just the numbers. So whatever somebody is having as names will never come from the region. Because there was some Google application that we asked people to do. So that one is not available to everybody. Even people came to, withdraw from the. So we've asked the individual should come and file with hard copy. We have that record. That is more authentic, but it's not published with names. It's only figures.
Yes.
Yes. So if somebody claims that, oh, my name is not in there, no, it's not true. Every name that has been filed hard copy across the regional Holy
Will
Ghost
you be
Center.
publishing the names as well?
Maybe chairman can take a decision for us to publish the names, but he said we shouldn't publish the names for now. But I think the vetting will start 25th. Maybe, I don't know. What we'll do is that after the vetting, we can publish the names.
Oh, really? We need to start
Constituency per
assessing the
Oh, no.
various
It's-
individuals before the vetting.
I don't think that one is necessary. But if we
Go back to
if we finish with
to-
the vetting and they've settled on the three, that one we can publish all the
Oh,
three names that will go
no.
to national.
you will not help us.
No.
You will not help us. We want to be punching holes into some of the names if necessary, and the strength and weaknesses if necessary. We just want to look at them and weigh them. We want to weigh them ahead and start sending some strong messages to them ahead of their final selection.
We'll get there.
Oh, sure, we will
Yeah.
definitely get it, but time is not on our side anyway.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we want change.
But
for
I was surprised that I didn't find your name in there.
Oh, who was asking me if I will not go and file? I said, I'm not a member.
Oh, but you can file.
I am not a member. I should
don't have
rather
to
do
be
it
a
at
member.
Agotime.
Yeah,
So I
you don't have
didn't-
to be a member, but if you are sympathizer.
I should go to my
For example,
hometown and build there.
if you believe in like the vision of President Mahama and NDC, why not?
Okay.
You don't have to be a member. And remind you, President Mahama has promised that he will make he will amend the constitution to allow for election of MMDCs. That will not be on partisan basis. It will be on non-partisan basis. So this is just a process, but I know before the end of the tenure of President Mahama, we will be able to amend the constitution to allow for election of MMDC. So you can lace your boots in the next 4 years. You can participate.
So all
But
these
don't run
things-
away from the people of whole Central, because you've been here, you've advocated enough for them. Don't run away from them to Agoti Messiofi.
Oh, I'll go to bed. Over to near dead me. Anyway, but that's just by the way we are paying us now. So whether partisan basis or not partisan basis, even let's see the assemblies election. Yen we me akozodo akpo the me affair. Oh, I didn't make that announcement earlier, so I think we'll end it here. And the producer says we should end it here. Like, we'd have activated the phone lines for people to add their voice, what they make of the nomination of Honorable James Gunu. Abe miafe amuganu to ajikbola ene. Ta later, let me miafe opinion segment oma. Atawa ayo demele nu fa ako leke ne kpo nu yopete wo fole and even we have some people earlier on, sending their messages to Ameyu Abahode MC Dofia. But you make any Amedovu Amedowala using some 10B. Okay, so and it's here. Mia penya slow Mia Ajrado na the opinion segment, and more appointments will be announced or made, and then the announcements were ano Mia pe Yavala Oji eye nusi chachale wonwa wa adomi agbapeto the Lali Bright Kugbe Ajo ye enomi agbo Regional Communications Deputy Director ye enomi agbo. We'll take another musical break and nemi trogboa mia aho mia pe numedede wana mamleto.
I'm hot, I'm cold, being tough. So I'm kind, I'm mean, I'm the rhythm to your heartbeat. Who am I? Kiss it. How we do, yeah. Meeting all, fit it, meeting all, mint it, yeah. Area seeming to qua, and DJ, in Yantia. If you found some, yeah. Femisica, Talanara sounds money for the Femisica, Jensi, Pasi, money for the Femisica, the Femisica, Talanara, Nara money for the Femisica, Jensi, Pasi, money for the Femisica, I've caused many wars, broke many laws. Economists and politicians know I'm the boss. Broken homes and marriages, yes, I'm the cause. The people's lack of knowledge is all my fault. And I know I'm wrong, but through negativity I get strong. It's through this reality that I was born. Leave you with insanity and I'm long gone. Now me I'm in Jamie free 610 BC, your nucleosis. Free to Lydia and me, we are see your friend take it. They try me, yeah, me coin, send me, we are see jetty. Then so me when you bring tea, there be we are see to me. Tick of what we can want, tea, some be seen on when ye, be some be paid on when ye, be some of ya, Dean, them to see and send me, oh, yeah, me garage, your friend is sicker, Saranara found this morning, your friend is sicker, yeah, see if I see the morning, your friend is sicker, Femisica, Sara house, Sara morning, your Femisica, Jensi, Pasi, morning, your Femisica, Toda madincha me semi hunya chenya me Tisobi bompaye katana ni bo chenya me Na obo na oba hihye me Eto to swa be koswa jese me dwite bia sape tina dua si Yesu maye Matthew 26:14-16 kwane kaye So fu teacher wo ya doctor many obi adaye Wada katana ni se no adi dwinti na onaye The breath in the family prepare the make question pass my bemo don e yere bana so pay Eto do won hu to me asem kakrebi na safo atweto diet ne pay ewiase mu anije ni mu hey wo hwe mi ye bia ene obey etunie ne na oyere ne kunu na eja tumija obama o mama no moda ekoma owofa ye adwuma na woni be yo mama no the time shia neja ne nyina ye mitia woni bia woni shira me susu ye ne same be chow kai ma wagira
Okay, so someone says a firm is me. I don't know what you are called anyway, but you're still listening to the Global Morning Show. We brought some conversations earlier today. This time around, it's just going to be about talks, analysis, um, bringing experts into the studio if they are available for studio discussions. If they are not, we call them on phone, just as you've been listening to some of them. We are hiring positions open for hotel supervisor, front desk officer, accounts clerk, massage therapist, facial and pedicure, pastry chef, kitchen supervisor, smoothie or juice expert, grill master. These are opportunities or positions open for individuals who are in the Volta region and have high degree of experience and professional skills. Send your CVs to ekamechi1225 at gmail.com, ekamechi1225 at gmail.com. And you can also call 0208 887 621, 0208 887 621, or 0261 732 763. And MGM Estates Limited, if you're looking for the best cold store to buy the freshest meat, poultry, and seafood at affordable prices, and then your beef, your whole chicken, drumstick, and wings, tilapia, salmon, shrimp, and as well pork. MGM, they are opposite Mirage, right opposite Mirage, and they do delivery also. Call 0554 5 519 785, 0554 519 785. MGM Estates, freshest guaranteed, quality is assured. Experience the difference. And Vokia Farms, here with Vokia Foods, you have your Tom Brown, millet flour, Hausa cocoa flour, corn grift, that's the Ekwegbemi. And then we have the corn grit again, Blayo, and cassava flour. It's ready to use, suitable for all persons 6 months and above. Competitive pricing, nutritiously healthy. For bulk purchase, contact Vokia Foods. They are located at Gotimebe on the Aflau Road. Their contact 0537 683 051, and log on to www.vokiafarms.com. FDA has approved of their products. My guest, two gentlemen, Movement for Change, NDC, Mauli Hoto Ogwei. Mauli Hoto Ogwei. Here for the NDC, and then we have William Tenu for Movement for Change. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
I hope all is well.
Yeah, all is well by grace.
Gijo, good morning. Good morning to yourself. I think this is the first within the year, so Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to all our cherished listeners. It's also the first for me after the emphatic endorsement of our party, the NDC, who is now have formed the government. So I want to use the opportunity to say thank you to all the people, the good people of this country. Thank you to the good people of whole Central constituency for emphatically endorsing President John Dramani Mahama, 93% of the vote, and 88% of the vote for our parliamentary member.
All right. We have about 2-3 stories for us to deal with this morning. And the first one here is the president's first, travel out of Accra to Boku. and that's where he's hinted of announcing major security appointments this week. President John Dramani Mahama is expected to announce key security appointments by the end of the week as part of efforts to address the ongoing conflict in Boku and its surrounding areas. This development follows the recent nomination of Ministers Designate for Finance, Energy and Green Transition and the Office of the Attorney General and Justice. Speaking at the Boku Nabu Palace or Naba Palace during an address to the chiefs and people of the Kusong traditional area, President Mahama emphasized that the security appointments are a crucial step in his administration's commitment to restoring peace and stability to the conflict-ridden region. He expressed confidence that the new security measures would help de-escalate tensions and promote harmony in Boko. A few of his words, quoting, and so within this week we will do the appointments of the Minister for Defense, the Minister for Interior, the National Security Coordinator, the National Security Advisor, the BNI, the NIBLO, the BNI. And when these appointments are made, I am going to charge them to make Boko one of their major priorities. This last election has cemented our reputation as the leading democracy in Africa, and a good part of the thanks goes to you, the security services, who have maintained peace. We still have threats to our peace that we must continue to look at internally and externally. Internally, to do with chieftaincy disputes and some incidents of armed robbery and things like that. Externally, to do with the threats on our northern borders, and so we cannot let our vigilance down, President Mahama added. Mauli.
Well, so, Jojo, if you look at the president from the time that we know we had won the election, since then he has not, reneged on his duty. It was as though he has even started working before his inauguration. You remember that he formed the Operation Recover All Loot Preparatory Committee, and people have started working. He himself has been, doing a few things before the inauguration on the 7th. And so, like, people would have expected that, he will take time to form his government before you see actions. No, the man, because of his experience, he's been president before. He understand the challenge or what governance presents to him now. Even started working before he became, inaugurated. And so, 8 days, exactly 8 days, after that inauguration, he had taken a major steps to visit a conflict zone, Boku, in an attempt to try to bring, or begin actions to bring peace to the enclave. If you know Boku, Boku is a vibrant town, a busy, a busty business enclave, because it's a border, community. Just like how you go to Denu and you go to a flower border. It's that kind of situation there at Boku. So for that place to become a conflict area where people cannot feel free and go about their businesses, import and export duties around the border, it's apart from affecting the livelihood of the people, government is also losing revenue in that regard. So any conscious president should make effort to ensure that there's peace in Boku, so that transit of people, between the communities along the highways, and then business can boom in the area. So the president, having promised the people that when he is elected as president, he will ensure that peace comes or return back to Boku. Immediately, he will not even wait for a month to pass. He counted days, and he has to step in there. He didn't even, try to say, let me bring the people to Accra, sit in my comfort of the presidency, and excuse me, and bring the people down to Accra. He decided to take his own foot back to the people and speak to them. And I am glad that after visiting the Boku Naba, he went to the Nairi to also visit him too. That shows that he is ready to bring the two factions together, the two major kings and paramount chiefs in our area, bring them together for a fruitful discussion. You know, these issues are a conflict in traditional areas. If you don't involve the people, because the people themselves, they know the issues, they know how to talk about it, they know where to throw in the towel, they know where to compromise and let peace reign for their own people. But when politicians want to use their muscles, executive power, to muddy the waters, then it makes it difficult for the people to compromise, or let's say cooperate to bring peace. So what the president has done is to set the stage for a conversation in order to bring the two factions to reason together, so that the area the peace will return back to the Boku enclave. So I am happy, and that shows that the president is a committed person. It shows, for me, it shows that his experience is beginning to play. So far, all his actions, the appointment, the revocation of appointment of previous government appointees, from certain government agencies, appointments of ministers, and this week he's promising to appoint the security ministers, and then other departmental heads in terms of the security architecture, to be able to deal with a clear mandate to deal with the Boku issue. It shows that the president is on top of the issues, he understands the dynamics, and then he's ready to ensure that Ghana is protected. All the territorial integrity of this country is safe for Ghanaians to live in and do business.
All right, so by close of week, we'll have the names of the individuals responsible for these portfolios we've mentioned.
Definitely.
So,
John Mahama
so
is
still
not a person.
we are still releasing the names in badges.
Oh yes. It is important that the names come in badges, because see, the kind of appointment that John Mahama is making this time round, the appointment that he's carefully selecting people who can do the job, people who have a character that he wants to portray in his government, not people who, after appointing them, will begin to exhibit certain character that Ghanaian people are not looking for. Remember that one of the things that made the NPP lose the way they lost is because of the arrogance of power. So John Mahama is actually looking for very fine character, not only per their academic qualification or their competence, but you must also have a character that will ignore to the benefit of governance, or good governance. So this security minister that he had promised to appoint, I know there are a lot of people who are vying and lobbying to get those positions, but apart from their competence, their academic qualification, their certificates, he's also going to be looking for characters that he can trust. And so that is why you don't see wholesale appointment, then everybody just go in. No, he's actually looking for very carefully selected people who can exhibit good governance and good character, humility of service, servant to the people. That kind of character is what he's looking for. So let's give him time. And I know by next week, this week will be for the security architecture people. Then by next week, I'm sure that the other nominations of the ministerial 14 days. Yes, so I know by next week the rest of the cabinet ministers and other ministerial appointments are going to be out by the close of next week.
Okay, Mr. Teno.
Yeah. So
with our security and approach by the new president, what do you make of it?
It's a very good approach. I will just use the opportunity to say a very big thank you to the president, because this Boku issue has been a serious issue on the table. And if we are not living in peace, nothing can move on. So as a country, Ghana has prioritize peace over anything. Even if we are hungry and we still live in peace, we are okay in this country. That is why certain governments can even maltreat the people of Ghana, but you won't see us fighting with guns and knife. So I think the Baku issue has been a problem for a very long time now, and government is losing money because anytime the issue of Baku pop up, government must pop in money there for the security issues to be stable. So the president has done very well for going back to the people, not even calling them, but that one alone has shown a certain respect. It's not a president who asks the chiefs to get up and greet him. So I think he's doing well. So far, the president has shown us that he has learned. He has learned over these years, and we pray. The only thing we can do for the president is to pray and seek God's guidance for him, that he will continue on this tangent till the 4 years term will end. And on the appointment issue, I think the security ones, he should be very fast, because there are even people within some of the security services that have even gone beyond retirement, but they are still there. So I think the major appointment should also affect some of those security institutions, so that the ones that are due promotion can be promoted to take up those institutions. So far, so good for President John Dramani Mahama.
So
Sure.
okay, so yesterday was exactly a week, and some people are already assessing his 1 week in office, how he's starting his government,
Sure.
taking decisions, disappointing and appointing, revoking, and all of that. With your look of things, from your angle, would you encourage that the pace at which he has started reacting to or taking steps to provide solution, meeting with people who matter, he should continue, or you think this is just the beginning, and after a few months, after forming cabinet, some of these things we wouldn't see them happen again?
I think he should continue on this tangent, because you see, one thing is that without consultation, there is no proper implementation. If you don't consult, you can't do proper implementation. So the first thing he did was the energy sector, the crisis that we are about entering. It was very good that he consulted those who are within the energy fraternity, and he just wanted to listen to their advice so that they can quickly put in measures to solve the problem, and that is very good. I would just ask that he should continue with the consultation activities. He should consult widely so that it can help his implementation plans. Then two, looking at the disappointment and appointment, that one need to happen, because some of the people that are still holding office don't believe in the ideologies of the NDC. So I don't think they should still be
occupying those positions,
yes,
especially the appointments done by the previous government.
Sure. So I think with the disappointment there, they themselves, they should know that they shouldn't even take it as disappointment. They should just leave. Me, if I were to be holding any office, the moment the president is going, I will also be handing over quietly, so that nobody will ask me to leave the office. So for me, the disappointment there, it will be there. So there's no problem with that one.
All right. I think that's enough for the conversation around Boku and then our security.
Sure.
Now let's take the next one on LGBTQ. We we hearing the president saying something on that. So, President John Dramani Mahama has proposed a potential new approach to the contentious anti-LGBTQ plus bill, suggesting it should be introduced as government-sponsored bill rather than a private members bill. During an engagement with the Catholic Bishops' Conference in Accra, President Mahama emphasized that government sponsorship would lend the bill greater legitimacy and enhance its chances of successful passage. He explained that presenting the bill as a government initiative would demonstrate broader institutional backing and reflect a more unified stance on the matter. The anti-LGBTQ plus bill has been polarizing topic in Ghana, drawing both support and criticism domestically and internationally. The suggestion for government sponsorship signals a shift in strategy that could potentially influence how the bill is debated and perceived. But the president further indicated that the need for the country's values to be taught in schools. All right, and let's see if I can. The last paragraph, it leads us back to the discussion we had that if we are teaching our values in schools, we won't need to pass a bill to enforce our family values, and that's why I think more than even the family value bill, it's us agreeing on a curriculum that inculcates these values into our children as they are growing up, so that we don't need to legislate it, and so we will see how this goes. So I'm looking forward to this new review conference to come to some consensus on some of these issues. Okay, so we know that the bill has expired with the 8th Parliament since it was not passed, and for the NDC not to, maybe not to be seen as people that might not be interested in passing the bill, as since the former president did not do the needful. What the president is suggesting is that should rather be introduced to government now, that's the 9th Parliament, as government-sponsored bill, rather than a previous one in the 8th Parliament, which was sponsored by private members. That, we understand, would have come with some cost as a private member-sponsored bill, but with the government, all of those costs will not be associated with the bill. And the other side is we having a curriculum where we start teaching values. Don't we do that already in our schools, Molly?
Well, so before I answer your question, it's not that the NDC will not be seen as people who are not interested in it. The NDC has always been interested in it. It's originates from the background of the NDC. You see, the president, because he's an experienced person, anytime he's speaking, he has to speak, from a point of fact. Let me begin this conversation by identifying the fact that we are still talking about this issue, one, because the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo, the former president, failed to do the needful on this bill, simply assent to this bill, because he failed to do. And that is why we are here still discussing this issue. We could have been discussing something else. Now, because of that, his failure, the bill also, died with the 8th Parliament. Now, if anything could be done about it again in the 9th Parliament, it has to be reintroduced. Then when it is accepted and passed again, then to be transmitted to the president for him to assent to it. And we know that John Mahama will not, blink an eye if it comes to his table for him to assent to it. But he, apart from waiting for the private people to reintroduce the bill to parliament, he is actually conscious about how to get the entire Ghanaian people, the entire government machinery, the muzzle and the weight of government behind the bill. That should tell you that the NDC government is more committed to passing this law than anything. So the president has actually represented the interest of the NDC, the interest of government, and the interest of the public by calling for a conversation around the subject, calling for government weight behind the bill, so that it will not be introduced back into parliament as a private member's bill, but rather a government-sponsored bill. Then it gets the buy-in of all stakeholders, the general public, so that we all agree that this is what we want to do. Maybe there are things that the private members bill in form has missed, but when we now engage a broader consultation, we'll be able to get the buy-in of all the people who needs to contribute to the bill and get a more formidable form to reintroduce back into parliament. And I'm sure that because it is all of us who wants to pass the bill, we'll not even waste time in parliament. Don't forget, now we have the number that even in terms of disagreement, we'll be able to get the bill passed anyway. And that's the position of the NDC. And you see, the president is also looking at, apart from passing a law, we could also be looking at mitigating, prevention, even before somebody gets to commit the crime, for the law to take effect on the person, by reintroducing our Ghanaian values back into our curriculum. And you were asking, haven't we been doing that? You and I, when we were in our days, when we were in basic school, we studied social studies. You understand? Religious and moral education. Today, we don't have religious and moral education in our basic curriculum anymore. Social studies, I think it has also been reformed to our world, our people. And if you look at the kind of the content that is being taught, it doesn't actually teach the family values as we learnt it in our days. And so it is important that we really look at the curriculum, even from the basic level, so that our family values are re-taught in schools and grind into our children, so that they grow up with it, to the extent that when a child grows and is of age, you don't need to now begin to make laws to prevent that child from seeing a man that the man could be his partner. You understand? And a woman seeing a woman that you could be my partner. It is already part of that person's formation from childhood, that you cannot, a woman see another woman as a partner and a man see another man as a partner. You understand? So he's not looking at only passing a law to prevent people, but he's also looking at mitigation and prevention, even before somebody gets to get to that state of confusion and trying to commit the crime. So the president, I have all my salutes for him from day one. Everything he's been doing is just like falling in the right places for me.
All right. It's because the government is in power, so everything they do, you seem to be okay with it.
No. I said, well, if from the time John Mahama won power, even before he was declared or he was inaugurated, if you are taking a step that you're a media person, even if I fail to comment on it, you don't have any restriction. You can comment on it. But would you be kind to point out to any disagreement with what the president has done so far? I will be glad to hear one, so that I can help you probably see it from the perspective of myself.
Williamson.
Yeah. So LGBTQ. I don't think.
Should we still be wasting our time on that?
I don't think so.
Should we let it go?
I don't think so. You see, I'm just looking at this whole thing. That government-sponsored bill will take time for this thing to be passed, and if care is not taken, this government will not pass this thing. Because for now, the government will not be focusing on this whole issue. They'll
Okay,
be
so the
looking
issues
at,
we have, are they more dire than this LGBT that we need to focus on?
sure, the
You know, the
issues,
economy, our energy,
the
our
economy
security.
alone is a problem to the government, a huge problem that they are coming to solve. So I don't know when the government is going to sit down to sponsor this bill. So I'm thinking that if some individuals within the NDC sat down yesterday to sponsor this bill, no matter the amount that it took them to sponsor this, they should do it again. If truly they believe that they want this thing to be passed, they should just sponsor it. You see, I'm saying that
You know, that was a private member.
it's a private.
Yeah, so now
Sure.
the president doesn't want it that way. It should
Why?
be governments, because it comes with its own issues, okay? When it came as a private bill, we understand, you know, it has some repercussions, especially financial obligations, and the kind of law stipulated in that. The conversation was that Article 108 of the Constitution 108, you know, there were some contradictions there. So all of those ones will be looked at. So it's coming in as a government, you know, bill. There'll be a different twist to the whole bill that we are looking at now.
But I think at the end of the day, aside all the problems that this bill has faced, when the private members were sponsoring it, it has come out successfully for the president to sign. But it was because the president did not want to sign this bill. That's why it has not been signed. Other than that, it would have been signed. I get what I'm saying. My point is that if we want to make this bill a government sponsored, it will not happen today. It will not happen. It will just be this back and forth. And the point is, Ghanaians, we don't want it. We don't want this thing. And it will give a very good legacy to Mr. Mahama himself if this thing should go through and he signs it. There will be that difference between him and Akufo-Addo. So for me, I am saying that for the fact that the majority of Ghanaians are saying we don't want this thing, let us, whether it will be government sponsored or private members, or it should be done under them. They should face it, sign it for us. Let us live the good life that we want to live in this country. So for now, it is early days yet. I think the president is just teaching us the way to go about it. But I just want to say that it should be fast. We should do this thing very fast for him to sign, so that we can live our life normally. Because we don't know. I have kids, and I may not teach them these things in the house. They will go out and learn it elsewhere. So if we stop this thing very early, it will help us.
So that's two ways of the conversation. One is the reintroduction of the bill, not coming in as the private member-sponsored bill by government, and the other one is inculcating, you know, our values. We have in a curriculum targeting our values. We are going to school, and we have a subject that is solely talking about our values, who we are. I reminded our listeners of I don't know, those who watch the national service, Thanksgiving service. One of the pastors even made mention that let's have a national policy on our social values. What we stand for as a country, what are our social values, what makes us people. So he was calling for a national dialogue. There should be a policy that everyone is agreeing to. So the president's also coming to say that let's have a curriculum. I'm sure we are driving at one
Sure.
destination where we are now accepting that as people.
Mhm.
Ale bende ne dejesi mi ndene no anyi ike anye menye desi ade mi ho me bubo pe no de meza
Too much.
and o ba mi la fide yi do yi ke mi jibe mi agbugbo atro yi blema adejesi no yiwo o de fufu to mi ame abega na duko le duko bubu ogbo.
Sure.
Okay. So that is it. Would be you want to have a bite?
Kind of a little disagreement with my brother William. You know, if you say that a government-sponsored bill, that's where I have a disagreement.
Okay.
You see, the president is very clear in his mind. A private member's bill is limited in the sense that because you are the one sponsoring it, it is very difficult for you to get broader consultation
Okay.
in terms of getting all the stakeholders bringing
To
them-
support.
because you see it is capital intensive for individuals to be able to summon chiefs, church leaders, civil society, and seek their views to form a law. It is capital intensive. So private members, when they propose bills, most of the time these consultations are not done properly. But when you are looking at a government-sponsored bill, what it means is that a ministry is just simply going to be in charge. So if the president gives a timeline to, let's say, the Minister of Gender to come up with this bill, if the president gives the minister a timeline that within this time frame get in the consultation from the entire general public, and then they know how they go about these things, it will be done. And when finally when the bill gets to cabinet, discussions are done because the president is clear in his mind. It will not be put on his table for 2 years and then nothing will be done about it. When it gets to parliament, because it is a government with almost absolute majority, passing it into law will not even take, the anticipation that it will to delay parliament will
Okay.
not, because we know the speaker of parliament, we know the stand he has taken on this particular bill, and so if it's introduced back into parliament with a government sponsorship, which takes in the buy-in of all stakeholders, the entire general public, and the views and the consultation is broadened, I think this is better. But let us not have the fear that
Okay.
John Mahama will behave like Nanado when the Galamsey report was presented to him for 2 years. It laid on his table. Please, our president is not that kind of a person.
Okay. So we hope everything move on smoothly.
Definitely, definitely, we'll get
Sure.
it passed.
Sure.
All right, so it's everyone's hope
Yeah.
that any other thing that will benefit Ghana that is in the pipeline should be, taken out from wherever it is hidden.
Sure.
Newa aje newa koko de dome newa de to kometoji 17 minutes. Yepoto de mi ase penya slow. Mi jibe ne mi a alenkure nyamam leto on TV de ko mi avu mi na mi mono pokpo ne mi ache mi adenu je dodo me. And that one is on our MMDC's, the list. We have 279 individuals hoping to be appointed for 18 positions. Position I gotta government 18. It means all the 18 districts in the Volta region each. And then we have a total of 279. There's no need even reading because we don't have the names of the people. We have just the numbers or the figures for each district. And the one that's most alarming is the 40 for North Storm. Anyway, Ho Central is where we are, but it's a Volta region something. Williams,
Yeah.
does it come to you as a surprise?
Not at all. Not at all. Normally, anytime there is a new government in place, everybody want to at least apply for a position And I think
I'm not sure this has been the case in 2012. Was it? So your turn. You tell us.
no, you might not. Is it the times changes? You might not see this huge number
in the previous,
but still there were people, at least you can see at least above 3 in whole central applying. Because even under NPP, I realized P. Bansa was there, Mr. Colley, and some other. But they pick
that one
Mr.
is
Colley.
even too far.
So
from the Honorable Divine's time, I think it was just 3 people.
It was 3.
I remember 3, but it's only 2 that.
No, before even Divine came. That was 2016. Before, I think Divine came 2020, right?
That's the second term.
So this is it happens, and everybody want to. It's a hot cake. That office is a hot cake. So
what makes it a hot cake?
Oh, you know,
you are going
not
to serve
only
the people.
not only the money that you get, but at least it gives you certain
money?
fame.
They get money when they are there.
At least they pay you, and if you are leaving, you can get your
ex
gratia. So that makes
that what
it.
they are fighting for,
but
not the development of
I may
districts.
not focus more on what they might get, but someone can also, among all these people, someone can say that I just want to be there, work and make a name. And such people too, they might not pick them. Some too is going there. They all have their different agenda that they are using to occupy that office.
But the agenda you and I know is only one, to represent the president, bring development.
Sure. Aside that, something must follow.
Bring NGOs on board, you know.
Something must follow.
We need water, we need toilets.
Sure. So, and that is not only about it. At the end of the day, if you are representing the president, you will get something. They will pay you. So, that is another motive. So, I think it is not surprising at all. But I just want to say that in Whole Central, I live in Whole Central. So I'll say that if they are giving us an MC, they should give us an MC that will respect the people, will take the people's view, an MC that will bring all on board, listen to the people before he or she implements any policy within the whole central municipality. And previous ones, the one that left, Divine, has done well. I will say he has done well, even though there were excesses. Oh yes, there were excesses, but sure, then we can compare.
Yes,
but I will say that he has done well. He has done well. Aside Captain Infojo, I think he has performed better than any other MC.
That's his view.
No, that is my view, and I can
that's
say
his view.
no,
so you are also entitled to yours.
Let me tell you, I just don't want to. If I want to compare Divine to some of the NDC MCs, I can mention. Let me mention them. Honorable Kodobisa. Before he left, I can't. It is only the Civic Center, the KCS building I can point out.
You don't know anything about Kutubisa?
No.
Clearly don't know anything about the man you are talking about.
Even
all right,
the
so
second
let's
one.
stick to the list.
Sure. So coming to the list. So let us not make no. I wouldn't say you should have a bite, but yeah. So on the list, I think it's too huge, but they should look at the best fits, the ones that can at least work for the good of the people, not someone that we think because we are with the person and we can control him.
Sponsored the campaign.
And the person cannot do anything. Let's select the one who can work for every district and every municipality. I think that would be
so.
What that
Gijo, you know, my views on this matter, it's actually going to bring some kind of a controversy. What we are seeing now is It's unprecedented.
The number.
Unprecedented. The numbers that are coming out of every district and municipality, we have not seen this kind of people, everybody showing interest. It looks as though now everybody just wants to apply. Those days,
like the time, as is stated, time changes. The time has changed.
Well, you see, those days it takes a lot of consultation before kingmakers agree that you should go. Then you put in the application. It's not just an individual decision that I want to apply. Then you go. No. Yeah. People consult with chiefs. Oh, I want to do this. I want to
even
do that.
People, chiefs put in their
of course, their request that we want this person to go.
Speak for people. So we have big men coming in.
So you realize that it's always been a very careful selection who should even apply. What we are seeing now is as though everybody is expressing the interest to go. That's what we are seeing now. But you see, it has become this.
So the competition is tight.
Very, very tight. It has become this, in my view, because of the caliber of people who have benefited the MC in the previous government. See,
as saying they were not too, fit for the
some of the people should not even attempt, should not even have qualified to be there. It was simply because they were none of those boys who were shouting and doing another those deals for them. Hooray, chobo in here. It was the only qualification. That's the kind of caliber of people who benefited MCs.
Are you referring to the past administration or in the past?
I am telling you the Nanado's administration. The caliber of people he appointed as MCs, these people should not have even come close.
Like Honorable Akoli, then people are...
Honorable Akoli
is
qualified.
See, I don't want to put anybody on the spot. Honorable Akoli is academically qualified. I'm telling you, some of the people are not academically qualified.
Because he has been the head.
Even in terms of character, they don't qualify in terms of character. But simply because they were none of those people. You see, they have love power. There is no need. They have love power. There's no need going after them now.
I say you are in NDC.
You know where he's
going. You have the individuals with the personality, everything. Check, attitude, character, commitment.
No, you know where he's going.
I want to draw a general analogy. You know you understand what we are talking about. Some of the people, in terms of qualification academically, they don't count. In terms of character, they don't count.
But they performed.
You understand?
No, but they performed.
Performance, they don't count. You see, you mentioned Divine, and then you wanted to compare him to...
We shouldn't debate.
No,
but I'm telling you, the guy has worked.
And then you wanted to compare him to Kodubisa.
Another time, we'll do the comparison proper.
Let me tell you. It was Kodubisa who constructed the KCS building. The regional health insurance was constructed under him. It was Kodubisa who... Hold on. Who constructed the Ahwan market. It was Kodubisa who constructed this road from Home Market all the way to Nive. Nive, Shia. That long stretch of road.
That's a highway.
Now,
no, that's a highway.
That is a whole municipal road.
That is no, it is not municipal.
Wait, that's a whole municipal road.
It's a highway. Tangba Road is not under municipal.
Hold on.
It can be put under feeder road.
Please.
That's a highway.
Please.
So you don't mention Kodubisa.
Please listen. I'm counting.
Kodubisa himself. Kodubisa himself going to Calabar.
Let me mention the thing.
He's not the only pass.
It was Kodubisa who first. It was Kodubisa.
Let us not do the comparison.
It was Kodubisa.
It's okay. Hold on. Kodubisa. He's not the only one.
On the SDA road.
Yes, we'll talk about Kodubisa.
Him who constructed
the day that we accepting the new MC. Hold on,
just pay Dabra to Barras Newtown Road.
I don't want to off your mic. Just listen.
It's okay.
Divine constructed road.
All right. Now you can hear me now. Since no one can hear you, I am saying that let's not do the comparison now. Yes, and I told him to hold. I told him to hold on, so that the right time after
In
we've
the
gotten
least,
our MCs
in terms of
and
performance.
DCs.
Sure,
In
then
the
we'll do
least,
the
We can now
comparison.
bring the past one so that me akwado nkuji
compare,
nebe nekwa me you open door wow.
Sure.
So you coming in, we expect that.
No, it's just
you-
because he
you-
mentioned Kotobisa.
Oh,
So
but-
I am only sticking to Kotobisa. You understand?
So we will
And
not
it's
do
even
that
okay,
argument
we'll not
today.
do that
So,
today.
so you see, I am saying that it is because of the caliber of people that Nanado had settled on to be MCs that made people feel that even if this person can be MC, well, how much more me? That's what is fueling people now. Everybody wants to show interest, and now it looks as though it's not about chiefs, opinion leaders endorsing you. It's just about you sending your application, and if you are able to, make your
Pass
way,
through, so
and then you pass through
we
the
are expecting
vetting,
that the people will pass through the
the
process.
vetting, and then you are shortlisted. Your name is sent to the presidency. Anything can happen. You could be settled on. You understand? So that is what has opened the door for people to come out plenty like this. And of course, see, whole Central, me, the names that have come to my attention, these are people who, by far, lights away, qualified more than the previous MC, Divine Bossing. In any way. Qualified more than him in any way, in terms of character, academic qualification, everything.
We are praying to
Qualified
have the
more
full
than
list
him.
published soon. We understand that we are holding the names for now.
Oh yeah,
And
we are not.
then
We're not
we
putting
just-
them
You
out.
you might
We're not
put
putting
the
them
name
out.
out
We-
after vetting.
Of course,
that's
we are.
what
We're
you
not,
want to
we're
do.
not putting
just
the names
hope.
out, but I can
We
tell
just-
you. I can
we
tell
just-
you what
we-
came to some of us attention. These
Sure.
are people who, by far,
Yeah, credible, integrity.
credible,
we-
integrity,
we-
qualification,
Sure.
character, miles away from what we have.
We are not interested in qualification, credibility, and all
Then
those
what do you
stuff.
want then as a leader?
We are looking at, you see, you can be credible, you can be qualified,
They all
but
count. You can't leave them.
you look, sitting here, I don't care about your integrity.
Hey.
If you are in the office, look, listen. If you are taking a government
You know, the
office,
integrity is
what
leading
I
you
care
to so
about,
many things to be
what
able
I
to
care
deliver.
about is for you to do what, deliver. Let me see development.
So
within my
someone with
community.
a background, criminal background. you
We
want that
can't.
person to
Nobody
be
can
brought
go and
in.
pick. Nobody can go and pick a criminal.
So
Divine is not a
therefore,
criminal.
the
No, no, no.
Nobody
Divine,
put it in
Divine is
the
not a
Okay,
criminal.
it's
I'm
not-
coming.
no,
I'm
no,
coming.
please don't
I'm
mention
coming.
anyone's name.
I'm
I
coming.
beg
We're
you.
not putting
No,
name on
yes,
the-
yes. Nobody is putting. No, the comparison he's making. He said people, the names that came out that he has seen, some of them are more qualified, educated than the previous MC. And I'm saying that I am not looking at the educational background of anybody. I'm looking at the performance of that office, what you can do
See,
to
let me
bring
tell you.
development. You
So
can
you
bring,
want us to
you
give
can go and put,
education
you
out.
can go and put a professor
So
there.
let me tell you.
By
William.
the fourth term,
William.
by the
Let me
end
tell
of
you.
the fourth term,
William, let
we
me
can't
tell
even, we will not even see one.
William,
way.
let me tell you.
I'm telling you.
So
So,
what
it's
makes
not
a
about
person competent?
qualification.
What
Let me
makes you
tell
competent?
It is
William,
what makes
William.
you competent.
What makes an individual
is
competent
you,
for a
William,
job?
let me
is
tell
you delivering
William,
what we want.
William.
Are you getting
Just
it?
that.
Deliver.
Let me tell you. Let me
Look,
tell you.
your what is your
If you
qualification? No, what will your qualification do to
William.
somebody in the market?
William,
Tell
let
me
tell you.
today.
Let me tell you.
It's how you are able
Your
to
qualification.
put your qualification
William.
to the ground. How
William,
how
let
you
me
are
tell
able to
you.
bring it
Even
out.
if you
Sure,
The knowledge
but
you
I am
have
saying
acquired,
that today-
the knowledge and the skills you have acquired is how you bring it on board.
Today
to
we are
benefit
shouting.
those
We were
people
saying
in
that
the
we were
market.
saying that Dr. Baumia
See, William,
is
don't go
is
to
an
Baumia.
economist.
Don't go to
Okay,
Baumia.
what is his
Let-
what
yeah,
is his
we-
qualification?
we
William,
have
don't go to
brought in-
Baumia.
No,
Just
what
a
is his
minute.
qualification
Just a
We are
minute.
bringing
to
in
somebody
other,
in the
other
market?
things,
Let me-
which I do
just a
not
minute.
want us
Are you
to.
getting
Just-
it? So it is
just a
not
minute.
about qualification.
William, let me give you an idea. See, even if it were you who was placed as MC in place of Divine Bossing, this market building will continue. It will not stop. You see that building at Assembly? It will be built. Nothing will stop it. See, let me tell you. You would have even done a better road than the
Which
one he
building
did.
again? If he were to be there, they would have still
They will
built
still build it.
without lobbying.
Divine is not the one who lobbied
Who
it.
love it?
You see, that's what you don't know. So because you see it happen, you think that he's the one. He knew nothing about that building.
But he supervise it. for it to
You
be
can
good.
also supervise it. That's the point I'm making.
No, but
I'm looking at you. I am.
but
thinking
someone
that you
can
would have-
supervise
wait,
and
wait,
chop the money.
Wait, I'm looking
Oh,
at you. I'm
no.
looking at. Well, hold on. I'm looking
I
at
have
you.
been in the
I am
NGO field
also.
for a very long
I
time.
am also believing
have
that
just
let
you would have
let the
probably-
people
you would
call.
have probably
Let's
consulted a
allow.
better road than the Ahwe, that
Oh.
Ahwe town road, and then the Dome Afojikogbo road. You would have done a better
No,
road
it
than
has
that
been
road.
done. It has been
I am
done.
not sure in any
It has
sphere
been
of our
done.
life we can
You would have
take
done a better road
education
because
out
I don't
of.
see how.
Sure, I know.
any-
We are
Efficient
not taking.
thinking,
I'm
and
not
then,
taking-
would have done
someone's
that kind of
credibility
road
and
in town and claim that is a road.
makes
I
you.
am not taking education out. I get in it. In every government office, you need a well-educated person in that office
Even
to even
apprenticeship, you still
understand,
need some form
to
of
even
education
understand
to
some of the
mix, to
proposals.
know that this engine
Sure,
is
to
the latest or
understand
it's in this
some of
one.
the proposals that will be coming. Are you getting it? Nobody should read. Nobody should read
Our
a
time is
proposal and explain it to
I
you.
wanted to activate the phone lines, but
Oh,
our
yeah,
time is
let
up.
them go. You have 2 minutes.
This was
Yeah,
Oh, let's
let's
allow them.
any
Sure.
discussion will drag.
So just
You should have brought
Me
in this
gava-
for another person.
Me the
me
wuku.
gava drag. But anyways, let's
2
hear
minutes.
from some of our people on the street when our reporters, visited to solicit their views on the nomination of Honorable James Gunu, Minister Designate for
Oh,
the
of
region.
course. In fact, land grabbers beware. Gunu is coming for you.
Okay, for me, I don't know him much. If it went for today, I wouldn't have even heard his name. And I learned he said he's the secretary for the voter region for the NDC party. So maybe due to his works or qualifications, it might be competent for the job. But I also don't know if he's up to the task. But I hope he does well for us because since he has been in power before and he knows much about the work, he can do it. So let's pray that everything comes out very much well. So that's what.
Leko kono agbei ke amebubuwo ano adzage ano togbleni be ne wɔ mi leke leke he nuwo he dzɔ ɖe mía dzi gbã va yia ke womede nume ne mí oa mmegale ya tɔgbe dzi o be ne gadzɔ ɖe mía dzi o ta no dzagbagba ke wòava la akpɔ gbɔ be yeawɔ nuwo ɖe ɖoɖo nu ke magada ese dzi he anye nu ke he te ɖe mía dzi o ezɔ mía market women wo la ame ma woɖo la meva na mía gbɔ mekpɔ mi ne ŋɖeke mɔ wònye dzivi ne mía market women kple mi pete society pete ale gbegbe be la ne ya woaɖoe ko wòakpɔ gbɔ be voter region anyoa ke mi lɔ̃ ɖe dzi gake ne ke wokpe awɔfɔ ɖeɖe emenyo yo la ele be ne woɖe ɖa ta eya nye nu keke
eƒe leketse ma gblɔ eƒe zeal eƒe seselelãme le eme o seselelãme ɖe le eme yi ke wòate ŋu awɔe me o edze no record yi hɔa me zeal nye seselelãme alo ame ɖe ƒe gbɔgbɔ yi ke le eme ta mía alo nye mate ŋu agblɔ be mate ŋu awɔ dɔ talento ɖe le eme wòazã amie neva wɔ dɔ ne míakpɔ makɔe ƒu ŋgbe be mate ŋu awɔ dɔ ava míakpɔ eƒe dɔwɔna míaƒe eƒe dɔwɔna yi ke ava eko he menyo kple keke nyo míatsɛ míanɔ kpɔ na afi ɖe menyo míagblɔ be ɖe ke agado ŋusẽ be wòawɔ dɔ ayi dzi sigbe nye me kpɔe kemi sigbe nye me ƒe susu.
Okay, so back and we heard from America Vedeyo Ofono Koto Amei Woti Abawano Amuganu Tomenu Ameroko Esebe Amerobe Yomenyo Eya Nabe Yosepenko Amerocho Esebe Epe Vava ne wanu ikenyo menya meruno na joge no togbleni no adawo yo me je bene wa na wakotu amuganu to a anwelo 2 minutes is too much. I'll just give you a few seconds. You've had enough time. Okay.
Well, so for Honorable Gunu, Honorable Gunu was former MC for Catching Off. It was his time that
DC.
Former DC for Catching Off. It was his time that the Catching Off, District Assembly building was built. So that is his first achievement. Before, so now coming into the regional minister's office, I think he's best qualified in terms of competence. And for those of us who know him, we know that the kind of person he is. He's a very committed person, a very actionable person. And I can tell you that he doesn't condone wrongdoing. The people who are grabbing land in whole are in left and center, as though public lands is now Kelly Willy that you can be sharing. Beware, he doesn't condone such acts, and he will deal with you at your level, one after the other. So he's very much welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
William.
Yeah. So I don't know him personally, but I'll just say that I wish him well. And he should do us good. He should make sure that he holds the region in a very high esteem. And at least he should allow us to enjoy, he should help us to enjoy the peace we've enjoyed over the years. So that's the only thing I can say. And congratulations to him and his team. I know he has a team.
Sure, you would have to work with a team, so he has a team. Thank you. Regional Minister Designate, congratulations to you from Williams. And then from the other people who believe that you are the fine man for the job, they believe in you. Please don't disappoint them. No disappointment. I would want to see you being a different regional minister from what we have seen in the past regional ministers. I think most especially the immediate past regional minister would want you to be better. If they say far better, whichever way, that the end is still better than it can only be better. It can only get better. So we are building upon it. So you also come and build upon it. That is what government is all about. Thank you, gentlemen. Mauli Woto Ogbe and also Maulik Teno. Our listeners, you try to call, right? I promise to activate the phone lines, but we have still consumed all the time. Bear with us. Tomorrow I'll give you that opportunity so you pour your hearts out for the individuals being nominated. Thames Frank Abo, my name is Joyce Jijo Afola. Nice having you being at the listening side. Listen to the rest of our programs. Tomorrow is another day, and take very good care of yourselves.
Lazy.